every time he comes to the plate, you just soak it in because you're watching a first ballot Hall of Famer and one of the greatest home run hitters of all time. In the air to left field, towering shot, forget about it, he did it! Jim Thome, opposite field, pinch hit home run, and the Phillies have won it!
Give you chills, boy.
Sure does.
I think that he loves to hit, and he still loves to play. He loves to hit, and if the more you like it, the better you can do it. I think he still likes that.
Okay, I came in the clubhouse. I said, whoever walks this guy off, I'll give him $5 grand. I didn't think Jim would do it right off the bat.
Does he take checks? Or?
Not that he needs the money, but.
Well, is that something you pay up on, or is that just talk?
I just wrote him a check for $5,000.
I've told you, pinch hitting's a tough job to do, but you try to have good at bats, and when you win ball games, all that work pays off.
Fans coming into the ballpark today are still thinking about and talking about yesterday's game-winning home run by Jim Thome. Yes, the great Jim Thome, who went opposite field to give the Phillies the victory, and now Game 2, the first of a day-night doubleheader here at Citizens Bank Park between the Phils and the Rays. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Chris Wheeler. Yesterday was one of those days that while the day is going on, you're thinking, man, can this game be a little easier? But then when it's over with, elation, because it was one of those great finishes that you can only dream about.
Yeah, we get to see a lot of games, and it's so much fun to see the baseball games. But every once in a while, one is so memorable, Tom, and that thing yesterday just gave you chills when he hit that home run. And what an at-bat he had against his young left-hander McGee. The guy was throwing all fastballs. I think the lightest one he threw was about 95 miles per hour. Jim started to get some swings at him finally and timed him a little bit. That was the one that he beat him on right there, the pitcher did. Then he throws a fastball away down the left field line. This thing curves foul, and now Thome takes one up and in. As we mentioned, his timing was getting better. That's the one he fouls that one straight back. This one's down in the zone a little bit. He had seen a few. He had an idea of the guy's velocity. Doesn't mean he won't strike out. But that was unbelievable. You got a left-hander out there crossfiring him at 95, 96, 97 miles per hour, and he takes him out of the ballpark. Just a tremendous feat by a tremendous player. Tied Sammy Sosa on the all-time home runs list with 609. Next up would be Ken Griffey. Well, that may be kind of a stretch at this point in Thome's career, but who knows? This thing right here is unbelievable when we found out what had happened. Look at the names that he passed. Guys like Double X and Mantle, Musial, Frank Robinson and the Bambino, and now Jim Thome with the walk-off home runs leads with 13. We were just fortunate to be lucky enough to be here, see that game yesterday, and what a thrill.
Well, Charlie Manuel said that he'll have Jim Thome ready again, not only in Game 1 of the day-night doubleheader, but also in game number 2 later on this evening. The pitching matchup for Game 1. Boy, this is a dandy right here. David Price making his 15th start. He has 9 wins. How about Cole Hamels also making his 15th start? He has 10 wins, looking for number 11. Well, yesterday the celebration, well, they made sure they were cautious with that bat. Not only did this win the ball game for the Phillies, but it also gave Charlie Manuel his 900th career managerial win.
See, I figure if I can manage another, 20 years, I might get 25, might catch LaRusso or one of them Cox or one of those guys. I better start taking better care of myself. All right. Let's see.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Bud Light Lime. Summer is calling. By Toyota. Every new Toyota purchase comes with Toyota Care. By Citizens Bank. We're for homes. Talk to us today about how we can help guide you to the loan that's right for you. By Xfinity, the official HD triple play provider of your Phillies. And by Independence Blue Cross. No matter where you are in life or business, We have plans that fit. Go to plansthatfit.com. To do a day-night doubleheader between the Phillies and the Tampa Bay Rays. There's Jim Thome, the man of the hour yesterday, and it's kind of carried over to this afternoon's ball game. So many things that have been written about what Jim accomplished, and his accomplishments gave Charlie Manuel his 900th career victory as a major league manager, which means he is one of 8 active managers with at least 900 wins currently in Major League Baseball. Let's take a look at the Rays starting lineup for today's Game 1. It's brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Leading it off in center field, B.J. Upton. Carlos Peña, the first baseman, bats second. Jeff Keppinger hits third, followed by Hideki Matsui. Ben Zobrist, the right fielder, will be the number 5 hitter. Sean Rodriguez, the third baseman, bats sixth. And the bottom third of Molina, Johnson, and Price, which means that we have a heck of a matchup of 2 very good young left-handers because Cole Hamels is on the mound for the Phillies.
Yeah, Cole struggled a little bit lately, but he's won his last 2 games. He hasn't been real happy with the way that he's pitched, but, you know, he has, as we say, at least won the games. Been giving up more home run balls than he wants to do, but still great walk-strikeout ratio. But he knows his repertoire by now, and that's what he's done during the month of June. That's a pretty high ERA for him.
Well, he's going after his 11th win of the year. R.A. Dickey of the Mets, who pitches tonight, has 11 wins. And the first pitch to B.J. Upton is a broken bat squibber to the right of the mound. The top of the bat went farther than the ball, I think.
It's a good way to get started for the Phillies.
What a way.
That was quite a start. Time for our Nissan keys to the first game of this long day-night doubleheader here at Citizens Bank Park. Hey, what a great matchup Tom just mentioned. These 2 guys, they're both number 1s. In fact, Price was number 1 overall the year he was drafted. And long day today, so get out there and win the first one. It makes the second one a lot better.
Yeah, the Phillies will have Cliff Lee in game number 2, and Cesar Ramos looks like he's going to pitch game 2 for the Tampa Bay Rays. Here's Carlos Peña, who was 1 for 5 in yesterday's ball game.
Yeah, they're going to have a bullpen game in the second game today.
First pitch to Peña is taken outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Peña 202 with 9 home runs, 29 runs batted in. Batting in the second hole, and he's been doing this a lot lately. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. It's odd that not many of these hitters have faced Cole Hamels before, but I guess if you think about it, maybe it's not because of the fact the Rays are in the American League and the Phillies don't see them that often.
Yeah, the game he pitched against was an 0-6.
There's a strike. It's 2-1. I guess you think back to the 2008 World Series when Cole faced the Rays twice, won game 1, pitched very well in his second appearance, was the World Series MVP. Joe Maddon certainly remembers that. And, you know, the Phillies see the Rays often during spring training.
Well, sometimes when they give you those matchups, too, they don't use postseason
They
stuff.
don't.
So that could be the reason. But as far as the regular season goes, it's been a long time since he had that regular season start against them when they hit him hard.
Yeah, he gave up 7 hits in 3 2/3. He's behind 3-1 to Carlos Peña with Jeff Keppinger on deck. Throws him a changeup on the inside corner, according to Vic Carapazza, the home plate umpire.
Kind of surprised Peña here that he threw a 3-1 changeup, and he got it over, although it looked like it may have been a little bit tight. Hard to tell.
See Carapazza behind the plate, Mike DeMuro at first, Toby Bassner making his major league debut at second. We just watched a heck of a changeup right there from Hamels to pick up his first strikeout. That's strikeout number 100 for Cole on the year. Figure he's on pace for a 200 strikeout season, but that's number 100.
3-1 changeup. Why not a 3-2 changeup? And boy, that one really fooled Peña.
During the 2012 season, Turkey Hill will contribute $100 for each Phillies victory and 5 cents for each carton of Phillies Grand Slam ice cream, sold to support the Phillies youth baseball and softball programs. 2 away for Keppinger, who was 5 for 5 yesterday. That tied his career high in hits. It's his first game back off the disabled list, so his average going into yesterday's ball game was .295, and it jumped 38 points with that 5 for 5.
And he hit it everywhere yesterday. He doubled off the chalk line down the left field line, got a big single to right to get them to within 1 run. They eventually tied it in the 9th inning before Jim Thome's dramatic homer.
1-1 the count. And a change up outside. 2-1.
Seen a lot of Keppinger over the years because he played for so many National League teams. Cincinnati, Houston, the Giants, Mets. He's always been a good hitter. He's been a guy you wonder what his position was.
Ground ball foul. It evens up the count. 2-2. Well, today Keppinger's position is second base. Yesterday he played a little third base. He has played shortstop in his career, at first base too. Swing and a miss. He got him with a curveball. Second strikeout of the day for Hamels. Yesterday the Phillies staff struck out the Rays 14 times. We go to the bottom of the first. Rays nothing. Phillies coming up. Juan Pierre is enjoying it right now. He enjoyed a heck of a day yesterday for the Phillies. Let's take a look at the Phillies starting lineup for this afternoon's Game 1. It's brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Leading it off at shortstop, Jimmy Rollins. Batting second is Shane Victorino. Hunter Pence hits third, then Carlos Ruiz and Ty Wigginton. John Mayberry Jr. is in left field. He'll bat sixth. Hector Luna starts Game 1 at third base. He'll bat seventh. Batting eighth is Michael Martinez. And hitting ninth and pitching is Cole Hamels. And they will face 26-year-old left-hander David Price. He's already won 50 games.
Well, this guy is a big-time pitcher, no doubt about it. You see the numbers on him. Tom mentioned winning that many games at such a young age, and he was a #1 pick in the whole country back in June of 2007 when these guys were bad and were getting the #1 overall and really reloading to become a good team. There's a scouting report on him. According to reports, too, he's using his changeup a lot more than he used to. He's fastball changeup now, and then he'll throw slider curve, but fastball changeup are basically his repertoire.
It seems like a lot of power pitchers, as their career goes on after the first 3 or 4 years, they do migrate to some of their secondary pitches.
Yeah, well, they almost have to, because after a while, you know, guys will get on a big league fastball. It doesn't matter unless you throw it in a perfect spot, so you have to have something to get them off it.
Rollins 2 for 4 yesterday with a couple runs scored, couple RBIs. He hit a home run. Hits that one back to the box, off the glove of Price. It's going to be an infield hit.
Wow.
I thought that stayed in his glove for a second as it came off his hands.
Yeah, it was so weird looking from our angle that it almost looked like he was trying to catch it barehanded. But you knew that it obviously had hit the glove first. And he's okay, and he's fortunate because that ball was scalded. Fastball away, and Jimmy hit it hard right back through the middle. Take a look at it right here and see how hard he hits this thing. Knocks a glove right off his hand, and then it squirts out behind it. Another look at it. Oh, see, when you're looking at him from the front like that, it looked like he was trying to catch it bare.
It did. Well, here's Victorino. Came in as a defensive replacement yesterday. Technically had yesterday off. And throw over by Price, a little high, pulled down by Peña.
Base stealers are 8 out of 10 against David Price. Big, tall guy, as Tom mentioned, 6'6", and his times are a little bit slow to the plate. So he appears to be a guy you could conceivably run on.
Victorino takes a strike. It's 0-1. Victorino, as we mentioned, had yesterday off to start. Charlie Manuel just felt like he needed a day to clear his head. He even thought about giving him one of these games off. In fact, if they had played Friday night, he may have given him Friday and Saturday off.
Yeah, Charlie's really up in the air about what he's going to do in the second game. You know, a lot depends on what happens here.
A little low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. He did commit, as we said, as a defensive replacement, and then decided to put the whipped cream face on Jim Thome. Somebody said that they respect Jim Thome so much it wasn't shaving cream, it was actually whipped cream.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
And they cleaned him off. He had lob toss over there right now. We've seen Price enough to know what kind of move he has, but if that's his move, that's one of the reasons you can run. There's Jim. And that was such a thrill for everybody who saw that yesterday.
1 ball, 1 strike to count. Victorino, .252 hitter, 8 home runs, 33 runs batted in. Takes a changeup low, 2-1.
See if Shane can come out a little bit refreshed today. You know, start to turn it up a notch, because this has been a struggle for him this year. A lot of left-handed pitching in this doubleheader today. Huh? 4 lefties scheduled to start.
Victorino pops it up left side of the infield. The shortstop Elliott Johnson with the glasses on puts it away. 1 away here in the first.
Now, there's an example of what we were talking about on the reports on Price, that he's throwing his changeup a lot more. He was behind in the count. Now they like to throw Victorino changeups anyway, but a power pitcher like that, you don't necessarily think 2-1 changeup. And he throws one here and he gets it way out in front, and it just pops it up.
So with 1 set aside, Pence, who was 0 for 4 yesterday with a strikeout. Rollins goes. The pitch is low. The throw to second. No, it's inside. I thought he had it beat. It looked like he had his hand in the back of the bag. He said something to Toby Bassner, the second base umpire. Quick release by Molina. Even at his age, he's still pretty quick.
Yeah, those Molinas are something. This is a really quick. Look, it hits his glove and it's gone. Look at the transfer. Throws it in a perfect spot down, and the young umpire in his first major league game gets a bang bang call.
Let's take a look at the tag and where Jimmy's hand is. The tag is there now. He's already in. Yeah. So 2 outs. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Toby Basner, as we said, is his first major league game. He has umpired spring training the last 3 years. He's a 9-year veteran. He started umpiring at the age of 18. He's only 27. I mean, think about that. Out of high school and then bam, right to umpire school.
Yeah, we'd never seen him before because he's been in Arizona during spring training.
2-2 the count.
That was a great idea. Try and steal a bag there. Close. What a point about Molina. Then Molinas can really catch and throw.
And a base hit to center field, or left center field, so that would have scored the run. Penn's thinking about 2. He's on his way. The throw, it's high. He's safe at second. Well, that's something we've seen a couple of different times the last couple of days, and that's good to see. Getting the double out of the box like that from Hunter Pence.
Well, hustle is something you don't teach. Hustle's inside the player, whether you want to do it or not. And that looked like a change up there that went down and away, and he hooked it. Upton's a really good outfielder who can throw too, but Pence got that out of the batter's box. Right there. I mean, he just kept going the whole way, and then he saw that he had a shot at it. Because of his momentum, he's able to take the extra bag.
And he's safe at second, safe and secure. New York Life. So a chance for Carlos Ruiz, who's the league's 4th best hitter at .351. Carlos yesterday was 2 for 3 with an RBI. He had a little bloop to right field that produced an RBI. Trying to get one here in the bottom of the first. And he takes low. 1 ball and no strikes. Remember David Price back in 2008. He was all the rage in the Rays farm system. And then as the postseason arrived, there were a lot of people that thought that Joe Maddon would put him into the rotation once the World Series came around to face the vaunted Phillies offense.
Yeah, and then when that 5th game resumed, they thought he was going to be out there pitching against Jenkins that night, and it wasn't.
2-0 the count to Ruiz, and he fouls it back.
It wasn't Price. It was that Australian right-hander, and I can't think of his name.
Grant Balfour?
Grant Balfour was the guy who was out there when Jenkins doubled.
Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Hannah Grove. Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game, then Hannah will win $100.
Right? Was Balfour with
yes.
it? Yeah.
Another foul ball. 2-2 the count. And now Molina heads out to the mound to talk with David Price. There was some criticism that it wasn't Price because Price during the World Series wound up going 3 1/3 and allowed 2 runs. And the thought was, well, even though he's got a world of talent and he was 12-1 in the minor leagues that year, he was still a rookie. Although last year that didn't stop Joe Maddon from starting the Moore kid in the postseason. And a called strike 3. Ruiz down looking to finish off the first. So the Phillies get a couple hits. They leave one in scoring position. We go to the second. It's scoreless here in Philadelphia. follow the Phillies with the MLB.com @Bet12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text @BAT to 31826 or visit Phillies.com for details. David Price gave up a couple hits in his half of the first. Now we go to the second. And Cole Hamels will face Hideki Matsui, Ben Zobrist, Sean Rodriguez.
And his catcher did a heck of a job getting Jimmy Rollins on that play, even though in the replays it appeared he could have been saved. But, it was close enough they called him out and saved a run.
Matsui 161 with 2 homers and 6 RBIs. He was 1 for 5 yesterday. Getting a chance to play left field today. And a strike, and it's 0-2. Amazing to think about Matsui's numbers. Over in Japan, Wheels, he hit 332 home runs. 304 lifetime hitter. Here in the States, 173 home runs. I thought he had more than that, honestly. But that's a lot of home runs for his career. I mean, that's over 500 home runs. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Matsui. And he hits that one to left, playable for Mayberry.
It's like his countryman Ichiro Suzuki. When you add up their numbers in Japan and here in the States, very impressive.
And their RBIs, too. He has over 1,600 career RBIs, counting Japan and the majors. I really thought he had more home runs here in the States, 173.
He's hit pretty well over here. Maybe not the power that they thought, but you can see right now, though, he's really starting to go the other way as a player. He does not have the same skills that he had when we first saw him here.
I agree with that. Here's Ben Zobrist. He was 2 for 5 with 2 runs scored yesterday. He takes a strike. Oh, and 1 the count to Zobrist. Ground ball to shortstop. And Rollins throws him out.
Always tell an infielder, especially a shortstop, on the speed of the base runner, the way they catch the ball. In that case, Jimmy had a lot of time to size it up. He was able to take it back on his heels almost a little bit, throw him out that way. If that's a faster runner, he's going to be coming forward more. He's going to circle a little bit more and throw quicker. But in that case, you could see it was almost like a pitcher was running or a catcher there, where you could just take your time and just let it flow.
Well, 5 up, 5 down for Hamels. And Sean Rodriguez is the hitter.
And that's all part of a player at any level, even with kids, if you play against the same people, is understand their skill levels and how they run coming out of the box.
The only thing you have to remember, though, is kids, 1 year makes a big difference with the size and the speed of an athlete.
Yeah, I guess. You kind of forget that. I remember, though, as a kid, though, knowing we played against the same guys, you knew who could run and who couldn't.
That's true.
And that's how you fielded the ball a lot of times.
93 on that fastball.
You knew if you had time or you didn't have time.
Rodriguez came on as a pinch hitter yesterday. Did wind up getting 3 at bats. He's behind 1-2. Hamels has his signs. And here's the 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, try to curveball.
His changeup's really good today. His fastball location's been good. It's very early, but Hamels has excellent stuff. These games he's had lately, he'll come out and have unbelievable innings, and then he'll come out the next inning, he's all over the place. First 2 innings, he has real good stuff, real good location.
There you go. Another good changeup. 3 strikeouts, 2 on changeups, the other on a curve. 1, 2, 3. Go the Rays. We've played 1.5. When we come back for the bottom of the second, why are we showing that guy? Well, he's going to lead it off for the Phils. Here's this changeup grip from Cole Hamels. It's been nasty this afternoon, so we're scoreless as the Phils get set to bat for the second time. All the latest trends, weather, traffic, and offbeat news to start your day in a good way. Tomorrow morning from 6 until 8, catch Eye Opener, a different kind of morning show right here on PHL 17. David Price just finishing up his warm-up tosses as Ty Wigginton will lead it off. How about the quote yesterday from James Shields after the Phillies won the game on Jim Thome's walk-off home run? Yes, you remember everything that happened the last time they were here in the 2008 World Series with the weather and stuff. Every time we come to Philadelphia, it just gets a little weird.
Yeah, and he threw a 3-run home run on a changeup to Juan Pierre, who Juan Pierre said, "I couldn't believe I did it," basically. So that's weird.
I guess you could say the same thing about the Phillies had the lead, and Jonathan Papelbon, who's been great this year.
That game yesterday was long and it was tedious at times, but boy, it had some super drama.
Wigginton hits it off the end of the bat foul. It's 0-2.
Pitching wasn't real good at the beginning, and that kind of got it started. I don't know. It was hard to recover from it, but it sure rallied at the end.
Well, it's the second walk-off win in the 9th inning for the Phils. Their 3rd overall. Charlie Manuel, every time the Phillies have gotten these walk-off wins, he's asked, what does this do for the team? He said, well, I hope it gets us going.
Yeah.
And you do.
He answers as honest as he can. When a lot of times, who knows what it does? And there's nothing the manager and coaches can do about it.
There's Kendrick in his line yesterday. 0-2 the count to Wigginton. And he fouls another one off toward the Hall of Fame club. Wigginton, 251 with 7 home runs and 29 runs batted in. Was 1 for 4 in yesterday's ball game. Swing and a miss. It almost looked like a cutter. Yep, it's a slider, so maybe that's what it was. Second strikeout for David Price. Reminder that game 2 is coming up at 6:35 tonight. If you have tickets from Friday's ball game, it's game number 35 on your tickets. Those are the ones that could be used for Sunday night, for tonight. There are also seats available too. If you're sitting at home thinking, man, it's a nice looking day. Well, it should be a nice night, so come on down. You can go to Phillies.com, purchase your tickets, or just stop by the Majestic Clubhouse store.
Get to see Cliff Lee pitch the second game
against Cesar Ramos.
Cesar Ramos, right, who is a relief pitcher. They're going to go with a bullpen game in the second game.
John Mayberry takes low. Mayberry was 0 for 4 in yesterday's ball game. Played center field for the second time this year. They play him to pull on the infield, and he rips that one. Wow.
Yeah, they did this yesterday, of course, and it's the Rays type of defense is get that baseball back to a young fan. They play way off with the first baseman Peña when there's nobody on first base, and a right-handed hitter is up because they feel the percentages are you're going to hit it towards the hole more than you'll hit it down the line. So you take away in here and give up over that area. Makes sense.
See Peña way off the line at first.
Yeah, see how much they give there down the line.
Popped him up. That'll be in foul territory. Peña has a play trying to battle the sun. It just couldn't see it. He fought it, and he just couldn't get to the spot. That'll be a no play.
He had a lot longer to run too because of where he started out. He had to go a lot further, but he had it lined up. It just that it was in the sun. He was trying to shade his eyes and hope it would come out, and he can't quite get to it because he couldn't read it properly. At least he had his sunglasses.
Mayberry waits for the 2-2.
Yeah, he gets another shot here, see if he can make it work.
He nubs it foul. It remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carlos Peña has been one of the better defensive first basemen in the American League and even the National League last year, but in the American League. There's that sky that he's looking up at. It's blue, but it's light blue. Little number again.
One thing players will tell you, though, and anybody who ever played baseball, you'd much rather have a sky like this with clouds in it than those ones without clouds, because at least you have something for the ball to be a contrast with. When it's bright blue and the bright sun, like in San Francisco, oh my.
Down the right field line, that'll slice foul.
Best way to catch balls off our job is just watch somebody else do it. A lot more fun.
You mean in the booth?
Yeah, because it's hard. It's hard to catch them. Balls skied on days like this, they can be trouble. Not a whole lot of wind today, though.
In the booth, though.
Oh, we're not going to get anything up here.
Oh.
They don't come up here.
But if we do get one, I should let you catch it.
No chance.
There one's to right center field. It'll hang up there for Zobrist. Budweiser, through the Walk-Off the Hero program, will donate $5,000 to Folds of Honor for every Phillies walk-off win. Had one yesterday. Please join Budweiser and the Phillies in honoring those who keep our nation safe and free. So that's 3 walk-offs this year here at the ballpark.
Still got
nice
a ways,
program.
Still got a ways to go to catch up from those ones on the road.
It's in the past, Wheels. It's in the past.
Well, yeah.
Luna, 289 hitter, 2 homers, 10 runs batted in.
It's vivid past.
That was a tough first pitch.
He's using all his pitches: fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, and he's got everything. These are 2 really good pitchers out here today.
Luna fouls it away.
A run or 2 look big in this game.
That's why that first inning was big when Rollins got on, and eventually Pence got the base hit, but Jimmy had been caught stealing.
Charlie went back and forth today whether he was going to play Luna or Polanco in the first game, and finally decided on Luna. Probably play Placido in game 2.
There's Polly. He's been trying to get Polanco at least one day off every week this entire year.
Yeah, he wasn't going to play him, but well, he didn't want to play him a doubleheader today.
99 from that on that pitch from Price.
Big time arm. Nashville, Tennessee guy, went to Vanderbilt, as we mentioned, #1 overall, and deserved to be, and has proven that since he's been in the major leagues.
And called strike 3. 3 strikeouts for Price. 85 now on the year. 1, 2, 3 go the Phillies here in the second. So we've completed 2 here at South Philadelphia on a gorgeous Sunday afternoon. Question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fan section for all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line. All right, Wheels, here we go. What do the initials in B.J. Upton's name stand for? You have, yeah. He just mouthed it. Everybody heard you just say, I have no idea.
I didn't say it.
Yes, you did. It came out.
I have no idea. Zero, zip. I'll find out with everybody else in the 7th. That isn't even one where I can even think about it. Is it like Billy Joe Thomas or something, right?
Yeah. Swing and a miss on Molina. There's a kid who plays for South Carolina in the College World Series. South Carolina is playing Arizona.
Right.
Your Wildcats later on in the College World Series. His name is LB. That's his first name. Little Brad.
Little Brad?
Yeah.
Last LB I remember is Lyndon Baines.
Oh, well. See, he's not the first LB then.
And then a Johnson.
1-1 the count to Molina. Molina 198 with 4 home runs. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pete McCann, the Phillies bench coach, is joining us now from the dugout. Pete, how are you today?
Great, Tom. How are you?
Good. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Everything going okay down there?
So far, so good. We got a couple knocks off of Price, and I think we're going to get him today.
Well, you know, it's funny. We were talking about a guy like that, and I guess the Rays probably think the same thing with Cole Hamels, how important it is, to get that 1 run, but to maybe do what Hunter Pence did, hustling out of the box to try to stretch a single into a double to maybe make something happen.
Well, I think he took a cue from Pierre last night, and it certainly, hopefully, it'll rub off on everybody else, and that's the way we like to play. The thing about Price now is if we can get in their bullpen deep early and knock him out of the game, it's a tough task to ask for, but if we can do that, then it sets us up for the second game.
Hey, Pete. From the bench, controlling the running game, doing all the things you do with the signs that you give to Carlos Ruiz. Tell us a little bit about how that works.
Well, the signs come from Charlie. He tells me I give the signs. It's easier for him. And, if we want to throw over or pitch out or have the pitcher step off or put an inside move on or a third to first move, these are all things that come up during the course of the game. And Charlie will basically tell me what he wants and give him time, but every once in a while I throw something in on my own.
That's a heck of a play by Jimmy Rollins for the first out. And obviously, does it vary from game to game, Pete, too, what the signs are? I mean, you and the catchers switch it from time to time?
Occasionally, but most of the time we have we think we're pretty sneaky, and we don't think anybody could steal them. But and I pay attention to the first base coach and to their bench to see if anybody's watching me. And if in fact you want to make sure nobody can steal your signs, I can just back off a little bit to where nobody can see me.
Have you ever been in a situation we've seen on other teams where 2 guys are doing it at the same time?
Yeah, in fact, there are some teams that give dummy signs. When I was with Felipe Alou, me and Louis Pujols would give, one of us would be hot on a given day, one of us wouldn't be. Lloyd McClendon liked to do that also, and sometimes that can be overdone. Nowadays benches and managers don't look as much as they used to in the past, so it's a lot easier.
All right, Pete, now we talked about this being a day-night doubleheader, and each team is able to add 1 player to the roster for these 2 games. How much does that help? Does it help just to have that extra arm or that extra bat if you need to?
Well, it definitely helps, because whenever you have an available tool or an available weapon for your team, it makes it easier to make a decision, especially in the middle innings. Like, for example, yesterday we had to pinch hit because our starter got knocked out. We had to pinch hit early in the game, and that can be very taxing on an offense on your bench. So having that extra guy always helps.
Hey, how's the pitcher hitting going this year?
Extremely well. I'm very happy about that. I'm very proud of the bunting that we've been able to do. I think we're 14 for 16 successful bunts.
Yeah. How about the contest?
Well, I think Cole Hamels is the leader right now, but Lee was on the disabled list, and he hasn't been hitting the way we expect him to. But we got a long season left, and Cliff is determined to overcome him and win the thing this year.
Now, do they discuss the fact that that they don't have a home run yet? I mean, does that topic come up at all when they talk about it?
No. As a matter of fact, when we put together the point system, home run was difficult to come up with an agreement on, because I don't want these guys to think that they're going to get extra points for hitting home runs. I want them to driving runners from third with less than 2 outs and get
true.
bunts down and move runners rather than having them trying to come up with a big fly to increase their point totals.
It is entertaining, though, when they go yard. I'll tell you that.
Very much so.
Hey, Pete, we appreciate it. We'll catch up with you again down the road.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Pete.
Pete Buchanan, the Phillies bench coach, joining us here in the top of the third. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to David Price with 2 outs. And Price awkwardly chops it to third. Hector Luna throws him out. Another 1-2-3 inning. 9 up, 9 down for Cole Hamels. So he has been smooth through the first 3 innings. We go on to the bottom of the third. The Phils and the Rays scoreless. Ford is America's brand. Go further. Visit your Quality Plus Ford store today. By Citizens Bank, we're for homes. Talk to us today about how we can help guide you to the loan that's right for you. And by Acura. Acura Advance. Home half of the third. There's Sam Perlazzo smiling for the camera. Inside the Phillies dugout. Phil's offense has managed 2 hits so far. And now it'll be Michael Martinez, Cole Hamels, who's been outstanding on the mound. This is one of those with Whitey.
Yeah, this is one of those things that jumped out at you today. Last time we talked about, he didn't get anybody swing and miss in the first inning. Through the first 3, he had 5 through the first 2. I don't know about no, he had 5 in the first inning. So I don't know how many he has through 3. But when hitters are swinging and missing, and him are just hitting little numbers, he's really on. He's deceptive.
Well, David Price has been the same. He's allowed the 2 hits. He has struck out 3. Let's check in with Greg Murphy now for the Major League Notebook. Murph, take it away.
All right, thank you, T-Mac. Brought to you by Gwynedd Mercy College. Jamie Moyer is back on the market after being released by the Orioles. Moyer asked to be released after making 3 starts at AAA, and then the team not promoting him. Of course, Jamie Moyer is 49 years old. And according to sources, guys, the group that is led by Peter O'Malley is close to buying the San Diego Padres. Of course, O'Malley was the former Los Angeles Dodgers owner. The group is Peter O'Malley and a couple of family members. And, of course, we told you before, Phil Mickelson, also part of that group. They're hoping to have a deal in place by the All-Star game. So we'll keep our eyes on that, guys.
Yeah, I think Major League Baseball always liked having the O'Malley family as part of its family. And this opening gives them a chance to come back in and maybe have a little more stability around them.
It sounds like heresy, though, to have the O'Malley name connected with another franchise, because they are the Dodgers.
Well, they put in a bid for the Dodgers, but it was Magic Johnson's group that won the overall bid because it was an overwhelming amount of money paid.
Well, it was Walter O'Malley that originally moved them from Brooklyn out to Los Angeles.
Fly ball, shallow left off the bat of Michael Martinez. And the shortstop, Elliott Johnson, makes the catch, 1 away. The other story, too, about Jamie Moyer, apparently the Orioles had asked him if he would make 1 more AAA start. Now, they have a lot of talented guys they think are close to making it to the major leagues. But they asked him if he would make 1 more minor league start for Norfolk and then make a decision. And Jamie had the clause in his contract where he could opt out at this point, so he decided to. Buck Showalter, the manager of the Orioles, he seemed to think that Jamie was going to be in the major leagues in the very soon, in the next week or so. I don't know if there's a team that's interested in him or not, but he made it seem that he thought he was going to be in the major leagues very soon. 0-1 the count to Hamels. Make it 0-2. Keeping cool.
Well, he just made 2 nasty pitches from Cole Hamels. 97 fastballs away. 3
pitches, yep.
Make it 3.
So 4 strikeouts now for Price.
Hamels walks away, go, what am I going to do with it? I can't do anything with that.
So Hamels will get himself ready to go back on the hill. Here's Jimmy Rollins, who reached on a single his first time up. He blistered one right off the glove of David Price.
Just saw a perfect example there of why this lineup is loaded with right-handed hitters today, and there are a lot of left-handed hitters on the bench. He can't be fun to hit off from the left side. Look where he pitches from. He pitches from the first base side of the rubber for the most part, and he's going to crossfire you as a left-handed hitter the way he just did to Hamels.
Well, and he's a big guy. I think you could see that just by his stature on the hill. But he's 6'6". Lanky too, 220 pounds.
Yeah, he's for real. I mean, this guy is one of the premier pitchers in the game, and you have 2 of them out there today. That's why this is such a fun matchup.
Here's the 1-1 pitch to Rollins. Jimmy fouls it away.
Nice compact delivery. Now, a lot of times when guys are that tall, they can get all over the place with their delivery. And watch how nice and compact he is. When he pitches from that, towards the first base side. Much easier, not easier, but more comfortable at least if you're a right-handed hitter.
Oof. Gets Rollins looking. 5 strikeouts now for Price, so he's humming along too, just like Cole Hamels. He's retired 7 consecutive batters. We're through our first 3 here in Philadelphia, and guess what, folks? It's what we expected, a bona fide pitcher's duel. You'll love, like HP ink and toner cartridges, the best value from the #1 brand. Nobody beats WB on HP. On to the 4th inning. A comfortable day for a ball game here in Philadelphia. Temperatures in the 80s. But guess what? It's not just one game, it's 2. The day-night doubleheader, game 2, will begin at 6:35. There are seats available if you head to Phillies.com. Come on down to the ballpark. Get your tickets here. B.J. Upton grounded out his first time up. Takes a curveball a little high. It's 1-1. If you're wondering about coming down here today for the second game, the gates will open at 5:30 for game 2. 2-1 the count. Now 2-2. Gary Matthews joins us up here in the booth. Sarge, something that your era never had, or not as often as this year, day-night doubleheaders.
Oh, you're right about that. We'll get into that a little bit later on RBIs and a doubleheader.
Yeah, we need one here first before we start talking about it, right?
Yeah, well, exactly.
RBIs, home runs, all those things. We need some offense. 3-2 pitch in the dirt, ball 4. So the first base runner of the day for the Rays, and it'll bring Carlos Peña to the plate. Well, both of these pitchers, you know, we talk about pitcher's duels. I mean, both of these guys are absolutely dealing. So
yeah, that's exactly what we have here is a pitcher's duel. What a great day for a ball game. What a great day for 2 games, as a matter of fact. But you want to win that first game. Again, it does take pressure off of you. And more importantly, that guarantees them they win the series. Well, and that's what they have to do, get back to that.
Yeah, the objective is to win each series. Now, the other objective was to get out of last place. So they're out of that now. It's only a half game. They're ahead of the Marlins, who are leading in their ball game over Toronto right now. But that was the first step. Hamels, from the stretch for the first time, delivers a cutter, and it's 0-1. But the other changes to these day-night doubleheaders or doubleheaders from when you played, do you know that they can add another player to the roster just for this day-night doubleheader?
Yeah, that would be great. But back in the day, they could add who they wanted. They were saying 9 usually. We're going to be right back out there again. And really, even the catchers. A lot of the catchers would go on and try and play 2 games. Kind of got away from that a little bit, especially after, remember, I told you about Ernie Banks saying let's play 2 and then passed out the first game. It was hot, very hot in Houston, Texas.
It was the thought, though.
Well, it's just the thought. But, you know, you're playing these double hitters, and especially for guys that are playing every day, that's a good chance to make up some ground.
It'll be fouled down the left field line. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Provided you can get a few hits.
Well, there's B.J. Rosenberg. He's the fellow the Phillies have added for this day-night doubleheader. Out in the bullpen, Michael Schwimmer to the right, Joe Savory to the left. Meanwhile, for the Rays, it's Alex Torres, another pitcher who we'll probably see at some point in Game 2.
Okay.
1-2 the count to Peña. Little number foul. The rule is, Sarge, that if a day-night doubleheader is scheduled within 48 hours of when the game was canceled, which in this case, yes, you can add a player. So if there's a day, let's say if the Rays and the Phillies had 2 games washed out, and they played a day-night doubleheader later on this year, can't add the player.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, there you go. At least they don't get to bring a guy up there for a cup of coffee. Pretty good pickoff play.
And Upton is nailed at second base. Wigginton, you want to talk about cheating coming off the first base bag. He did that the way a first baseman's supposed to.
And they teach you to just keep on running. Good play, though, by Ty. Being able to throw that ball there. And you're right, creating his own angle. Upton trying to do his best to kind of run inside. Take a look. Now he's automatically going on first move. There's the angle. And makes a good hard throw, even though it was up a little bit.
Yeah, he thought he was safe. He was barking at Toby Basner as he was walking back to the dugout. The 1-2 pitch to Peña. Fouled it back again.
By the way, I was looking there at that monitor. Is your shirt a little different color than our shirt? Or did I get a wrong memo?
No, it's the same shirt.
Really?
But just if you purchase these shirts from the Majestic Clubhouse store, Murph and I are in the same boat here because you can't tell, but Murph's is a different color.
Yeah.
Don't get them dry cleaned.
Well, you know what, Tom? They have a
little tag on them.
In the back of the shirt, it tells you whether or not you should wash the shirt or dry clean the shirt. And I would suggest that maybe you and Murph maybe take a look at that.
Yeah, well, I'm not apt to iron well, so I decided to dry clean the Tommy Bahamas from the Majestic Clubhouse store, which are great shirts, by the way. Murph, right? We dry clean them.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to wash them and iron them. We're not supposed to dry clean them.
Apparently not. But actually, mine still looks pretty good.
Well, yours is the new one. We have 2 of them. You wore the other one. I
Ricky
haven't worn the other
Metallica
one.
must be in the suite because I'm being bombarded with popcorn. Either him or the Fanatic.
It's not John Slabotka that's throwing popcorn at you? He wouldn't do that, would he?
I don't think so.
All right, so Sarge wants us to know that now he neither washed or dry cleaned his.
Right.
But he wants us to know that we can't dry clean the red ones. We can dry clean the cream ones that we have, the other Tommy Bahamas.
We really should ask Sarge about just about every life decision we have before we go.
And let me add too, though, that goes well when you have your nails done too. By the way, okay.
All right. Well, Murph and I are not going to do that, but we will now wash the Tommy Bahama because it is a little lighter than the one that Sarge is wearing, the one that Wheels is wearing.
Just thought it'd help you out.
I appreciate that. Little number up the third base line. Luna charges, barehands, throws into the line, and Wigginton just couldn't hang on. That's a tough play for a first baseman. So that'll wind up being a base hit for Jeff Keppinger. It's his 6th hit of this series. That was a good play by Luna.
Boy.
Just the angle was not the easiest angle.
I thought he came in and almost created his own angle running to that side. See how he catches it from there? As he whips that ball, he's got that little spin going inside, and it just comes out of the glove there of Ty Wigginton right there as that ball ends up going. Let's see if they gets an error or a hit. Boy, you got to have big paws, first of all, to be able to do that. And flicks it right with the wrist there. What a great shot. What a great angle. Just not able to hang on to it.
All right, well, they've scored it in E5. And Hideki Matsui is now the batter. You know, it's still a tough play. I know a clean throw would have had him, but it's still a very tough play.
Some of those plays should either, for me, again, those do or die plays, either a hit or a great play.
Well, it would have been the first hit of the game.
Oh.
I don't know if that was any part of the thinking. This will be the first hit of the game by Hideki Matsui.
Well, maybe they're going to change it.
It could. So first and second with 2 outs.
Now, I mean, seriously, for me, even though it was the first hit of the game, you know, you're just going on whether or not, sure, if it's a good throw, if that's the way he's judging it, then that's fine.
Sure, because a lot of times it's a separate play.
Yeah.
The great play to start, if there's time, then you separate it and you still have to make a throw.
Absolutely.
It's not an easy job to figure that out. It really isn't. Ben Zobrist is 0 for 1. He grounded a shortstop his first time up. So the first threat of the day for the Rays comes with 2 outs. And Zobrist takes a cutter inside, 1-0. Good changeup. So at a Major League scoreboard, the Marlins, who are really struggling, have taken a 4-0 lead over the Blue Jays. John Buck, a 3-run home run against his former team. Mark Burley's on the mound in that ball game for the Marlins. Hamels just missed with that 1-1, so it's 2-1.
Well, they thought they were going to be able to play a lot better there in Miami, just with that new stadium, new players. Just doesn't work that way. Looking at that American League Central, you thought maybe the Detroit Tigers were going to run away with it. Just not that way. That's why you play the game.
Sean Rodriguez on deck.
Excuse me there, Tom. Kind of knew that Cole was going to be on with that changeup. Very first pitch of the game, changeup to B.J. Upton there. So you know he's feeling good about it. He'll throw it at any time.
Threw it again, and he had him off balance, but he was able to make some contact.
Yeah, it's that arm motion which fools the hitter. Hitter thinks that it's a fastball, that it's coming up there. And a lot of times you get out in front, you'll swing right through it or just hit an easy ground ball someplace.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Inside, 3-2. So that means the runners will be off. With 2 outs here in the 4th. 24 pitch inning. It's going to be at least 25 for Hamels. He's up to 60. It's the first time today that he's really scuffled. And it's really not awful, but he's in a little bit of a jam. And another ground ball foul.
Another change up. Still, though, he had that in pretty good spot. He had that ball low, even though he hit it hard. Still got a ground ball. A lot better than line drives or balls where hitters can extend their arms.
Ball 4. So the second walk of the inning. Now the bases are loaded. Sean Rodriguez is due up. Following this series against the Rays, which will conclude tonight, the Phillies will welcome in the Pittsburgh Pirates for a 4-game series beginning tomorrow night. First 3 games are at 7:05. The first 2 games feature the Xfinity fireworks shows, which are always great here in Philadelphia. A Citizens Bank Business Person Special will wrap up the series on Thursday, the 28th. Order your tickets by going to Phillies.com. Little meeting on the mound just to kind of settle down Cole Hamels. Give him a chance to take a breather. Sean Rodriguez struck out his first time up.
This is when he has to come up with really quality pitches. It doesn't have to be great, but just got to be the pitches that he wants them to hit.
Little high, and it's 1-0. That was the cutter. His fastball's been 93, 94 today. The cutter's been 89, 90. Good changeup. Bread and butter right there.
Now that's the good one that he throws. That's the one that starts and it starts to fade away toward the outside part of the plate. I think that's the best one that he throws, especially when he throws it to a right-handed hitter.
Kepinger's over at third. Matsui's at second, and Zobrist at first. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Sean Rodriguez. 2 outs here at the top of the 4th. And these guys are calling time.
Well, that's also done on purpose, just to break up your rhythm. Anytime you see a pitcher that's in the groove, and that comes from the manager or the hitting coach. Call timeout. Mess his rhythm up. See if you can get to him.
And he fought off the fastball. It remains 1-2.
Good fastball in a good spot.
About to throw his 31st pitch of the inning. The 1-2 pitch. Another foul ball. It's surprising, you know, he had so many swings and misses the first few innings, and now some more foul balls, which is not helping the pitch count.
Nope.
But still can see himself out of this even before Molina gets a chance to bat. Carlos kind of smothered that changeup.
Well, he needs to come out with a good pitch right now. Whether or not it's that fastball in or outside, just in a good spot, or that changeup.
Change up off the end of the bat. A flare to left center. Here comes Mayberry. He's under it, puts it away, and Hamels able to work out of the jam. It took 32 pitches. He walked a couple, allowed his first base hit, but he gets out of a bases loaded jam. Here at the top of the 4th inning, Shane Victorino to lead it off when we return. Chevrolet. See your local Chevy dealer or visit ChevyDealer.com. Buy McDonald's. Now at McDonald's, any size soft drink or sweet tea is just $1. And buy the Pennsylvania Lottery. Play the new instant game for the Pennsylvania Lottery. Black Tie. Must be 18 years or older to play. Please play responsibly. Well, each team has had a threat. The Rays threat produced a bases loaded situation in their half of the 4th. The Phillies had one in the 1st. David Price has settled in since that 1st. And now he'll face Victorino, Pence, and Carlos Ruiz. Game 1 of a day-night doubleheader. Game 2 scheduled to begin at 6:35. Gates open at 5:30. Nice crowd on hand today. A lot of folks walking around Ashburn Alley.
Just a beautiful day today.
Victorino popped out his first time up. He's 0 for 1.
Well, not hard on any of the players for me. When you're playing with weather like this, you have 2 games, and we really should give you a little strength.
I guess if you start out well in a day-night doubleheader or twilight doubleheader or doubleheader, you kind of get into a rhythm as a hitter.
Oh boy. Oh, that's when you really like and to know that you have another game.
Victorino thought that was high. So did the fans. It's 1-1. And then you got some numbers there. You have the most home runs in a doubleheader. How hard is that?
Oh boy. Well, I mean, once you start and you get started like Stan Musial did, and what was that back in '54? He had 5 home runs in a doubleheader. Then recently, Nate Colbert did it with the San Diego Padres. He ended up having 5 home runs in a doubleheader. That was in '72. But that's making up a lot of damage in just one day. RBIs 13. Can you imagine having 13 RBIs? Nate Colbert did that with those home runs.
13 RBIs in one doubleheader in 1972. Mark Whitten had 13 RBIs for the Cardinals in 1993. I mean, there are guys, even at this point, that don't have 13 RBIs for the season.
That's
I mean, some of them aren't, they don't play every day.
But still, we're still talking, almost getting ready to go into the All-Star break. And let's face it, there's a lot of guys with numbers that are down that have been playing on a daily basis.
Victorino out in front, pulls it foul, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to him. There are guys that don't have 13 RBIs in a week. Even the best, like guys have the best weeks. As you see the comparison between the 2 starters today. A few more pitches for Hamels through 4. Although Price is just facing the first batter here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah. He doesn't have maximum effort like he used to when he first came into the league.
To center field, deepest part of the park, and there's 1 out. Visit the ballpark up close and personal with your group of 25 or more. Your tours include visits to the dugout, Diamond and Hall of Fame clubs, and much more. They're available all year round. For information or to schedule your group tour, check out Phillies.com and look at the ballpark tours section. By the way, that play by Luna, which was originally scheduled, scored an error on the ball hit by Keppinger. They've changed that to a base hit. So that's 2 hits now for the Rays, 2 hits for the Phillies. And Pence has one of those 2 hits.
Well, that's going to be good then for Keppinger. End up getting a hit on that, but no, that was my very point. I mean, if he's looking at it as a hit, to me, you could give him a hit. It doesn't have to be where it's always right through the hole. I mean, we're still talking just the 4th inning when that happened. So to go back after a clean base hit, I don't know.
The pitch looked a little low, but it's the 6th strikeout for Price.
See exactly where the pitch is there.
I don't know.
Coming in. Too close to take for me.
It wasn't low. It looked like it was over the plate too. So
yep.
2 gone. Here's Carlos Ruiz. Carlos struck out looking his first time up. That's 9 in a row, retired by David Price. Broke his bat under the glove of Price. And behind the bag, they throw out Ruiz. An easy 4th inning. Phillies go down in order. That's 10 in a row, retired by David Price against the Phillies. There have been some great concerts already here at Citizens Bank Park, but this one might take the cake. It's the Springsteen concerts that will take place Sunday, September 2nd and Monday, September 3rd. Tickets remain available for both shows. Go to ComcastTix.com or call 800-298-4200 to order your tickets for both of those shows. Jose Molina leads it off, fouls the first pitch back. It's 0-1. So top of the 5th inning, no score. Cole Hamels, 33 pitches last inning, were a season high. That's an interesting note.
Yeah. Gosh, well, tell you, I still don't think they can go on and they just get a little more loose when that happens. Just for me.
Who would get loose, Sarge?
Just throwing more pitches. Any of the pitchers, I would think. You know, when you look at them and they maybe throw 24, 30 pitches, say in the 4th inning or so, I just think they're kind of getting really into a groove, especially they're fouling off pitches. So that means he's around the plate.
So it's not a big deal. Like, for Cole, it's not going to tire him out.
No, exactly. Now, you're talking in hot, humid weather, and it's, 95, 98. Okay, he's out there and throwing extra pitches a day like today. I just don't think that he gets overly tired, especially with the shape that he's in.
Well, he is in great shape, and he's proven that time and time again. He's behind 2-0 to Elliott Johnson with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Johnson hit one back to Cole his first time up. Cole made the tag himself. Last inning, there were 10 foul balls off the bat of the Rays hitters. That's part of the reason why the pitch count is way through the 33 pitches.
That's exactly right. I mean, again, he is around the plate, and maybe better than fouling them off as opposed to clean base hits.
Joe Maddon, 533 wins, 509 losses in his 7th year as the Rays manager. But since 2008, he's been one of the best managers in the game, record-wise. There's the 3rd walk issued by Hamels. He was just talking to David Price as Price was coming up, and you wonder if he was giving him some instructions on what he wanted him to do if a guy got on. Price hit a little number to 3rd his first time up.
Well, this has got to be just a true bunting situation here. I mean, nobody has scored. You got your pitcher up, trying to move the runner into scoring position.
Nope. Mentioned that Joe does things differently. There are other managers that work the game like he does, but he does do it different. He's a disciple of Mike Scioscia, who's been so successful as a manager. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
Give him one more of those just like that. One of the reasons, just don't, if you throw in, you want it all the way in because he's bailing and swinging. Yeah, obviously, anybody with a bat can be dangerous.
Now he bunts up the 3rd base line. It rolls foul, so he's out. That's a strikeout for Hamels, his 5th.
So that's uncut. Well, he does things different, all right. He's just a different way to get a strikeout.
I wasn't saying that he would do that, but he does do things different.
Well,
but he's been successful, Sarge. First 10 years for the franchise, 9 5th-place finishes, 1 4th. The last 4 years, 2 division titles, 1 wild card, 1 pennant, and the winning percentage .568.
Well, he's done it his way, obviously.
And watching him before the game today, as they have another chance to get a pickoff, and Wigginton couldn't get it out of his glove. That'll be a stolen base for Johnson, his 11th of the year.
Well, they're going on first move. There's no question about it. There's that other way to get the runner into scoring position. He's a dead duck, however. If Ty could get that ball out of his glove, just wasn't able to get it out.
Something just happened with Vic Carapazza, the home plate umpire. I wonder if they were just saying that there was a balk, that they thought there was a balk. Because Elliott Johnson started saying something when he got to second. Joe Madden was saying something to Vic Carapazza.
Well, usually they throw their hands up and it's like timeout. It's a balk.
No, I'm saying that Madden thought it was a balk.
I see.
And wanted it called. Upton fouls it back. It's 0-1. Anyway, before the ball game, there's Joe Madden. He's from Hazleton. Yesterday, his mom, Beanie, was here with, I guess, about 100 other people from Hazleton. Before the ball game, he's meeting and greeting people today. He's like waving to them. He's taking pictures with all these folks.
Well, he himself does a lot of different charity. It's a pretty good pitch. Maybe off the corner just a little bit. Those are the pitches with 2 strikes you just don't want to take.
1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1.
Not a situation where you want to just give in to the hitter. Still make him hit your pitch.
Ground ball to shortstop. Rollins stays down on it, and he hurries the throw. So no damage done with the 1-out walk. The runner left in scoring position. Hamels has left 4 so far in the last 2 innings. On to the bottom of the 5th. Phil's looking for some offense when we get back. Friday, July 6th. How about this? It's been since it'll be till July 6th that the Braves will come to Philadelphia for the first time. 3-game series, 7:05, 7:15, and then 1:35. That's how the Phils will wrap up the first half. It'd be good to continue climbing up the National League East ladder before they get to the All-Star break. Get your tickets by going to Phillies.com. Order them now. Oh, a beautiful day as we venture to the bottom of the 5th inning. The first of 2, a day-night doubleheader. Game 2, Cliff Lee ready to go after he was supposed to start Friday night and then warmed up and didn't pitch. Yesterday the Phillies went with Kyle Kendrick. Today they go with Hamels in game 1, and Lee will pitch game 2 against Cesar Ramos, as the Rays are apparently going to go with bullpen by committee or starter by committee as the game goes on. Won't need that tonight, Sarge.
No. Well, you need it now, though.
Ty Wigginton struck out his first time up. Price has retired 10 straight. Fly ball, center field. Easy play for B.J. Upton. 1 pitch, 1 set aside. Well, Sarge, we went off the air yesterday and we told everybody about this feat by Jim Thome. I mean, could you ever have imagined as a kid being in that kind of category. Look at those names on that list.
I tell you, it just gives you your goosebumps. And, you know, when Tomey's actually even talking about that, he talks just about and the respect of the game he has for all those players that are in front of him. And move over, maybe Sammy Sosa, huh?
Yeah, he's tied with Sosa with home runs all time. But the fact that he has more walk-off home runs than Mickey Mantle, Jimmy Fox, than Babe Ruth.
And it's very difficult to be able to pinch hit and hit home runs. I mean, that's the toughest job in baseball, to get off that bench and be able to come up and to supply that kind of power. You know, and he talked about trying to stay ready underneath, taking batting practice, but it's a little bit different once you go to the game, and especially when you have a hard thrower throwing as hard. He really, really enjoys it, and is almost really savoring this season and just about everything that he's doing.
0-2 to Mayberry inside. That hit him. So he'll be aboard. It's the first base runner since the first. And it's the third guy that Price has hit this year. Well, you see Jim just popped out. He's got his batting gloves on. And this is usually the time where he starts working. He's got the ankle guard on, so he was hitting inside a half inning ago. But now he's out here watching. But that was his first pinch hit walk-off home run.
Yeah.
You know, because he was always playing. Except for when he went to the Dodgers a couple years ago.
That's a lot just to have. I mean, you're talking game-winning hits, but the game-winning walk-off a lot different on the home run, because obviously going out of the ballpark a lot harder to be able to do. And really the way the Fighting Phillies came back, I mean, just to really give the club inspiration again, because let me tell you, you lose that lead like that in the ninth, you lose the ball game, you take it right into the next day. So hopefully they'll have energy now just because of that home run to hope to make them play a little bit better today.
David Price fires a 97-mile-an-hour fastball to Hector Luna. That was a changeup compared to the pitch he threw that hit Mayberry. That hit triple digits, 100. The ball that hit Mayberry. Luna struck out looking his first time up. Off the end of the bat, a flare it to right field, a base hit. Mayberry will stop at second. Well, we're going to refresh your memory about Jim Thomey's home run. Here it is.
Yeah, once going plus some time, he hits it to the opposite field. And it's classic. Listen to that sound. A lot of happy fans as the ball goes out of the ballpark. Oh, boy.
Happy fans, a happy dugout, too. Nobody was happier than Jonathan Papelbon, who's as competitive as they get.
Yep.
And had been so good, and still obviously is, but had been so good. He had 17 saves and 17 opportunities. Well, he gave back the lead, and he was one of the first guys out there in that pile. Also gave Charlie his 900th career win as a manager. He's one of 8 to win at least 900 active managers to win at least 900 games. Michael Martinez fouls it away. Number 1 is Jim Leyland, 1,622. Jim Leyland's at 500. He's at 500 for his managerial career, which is amazing. Number 2 is Johnny B. Dusty at 1,523 wins. And number 3, what do you think?
Tom Lasorda has more than all of them. Right?
No, I'm saying active managers.
Just active, okay.
There's a number to short. They'll get 1 as Johnson takes care of Luna.
Well, let's see there. How about Mike Scioscia?
Mike Scioscia has 1,105. He's number 6 on the list. He's got the biggest head you've ever seen, Sarge.
Oh, it's right there in with the San Francisco Giants. Big head Bochy.
Yeah, Bruce Bochy.
Good friend. Boy, he's been managing for a long time. Forget that, too, with the San Diego Padres. But he's one of those quiet managers that seems to get the best ability out of the players.
First time today the Phillies have a runner at third. Hamels the hitter. And Cole hits it foul. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 0-1.
Well, as a hitter, when you're going up to face him, I mean, if you're looking for anything else other than that fastball, I mean, you're just not having a good approach. Obviously, you have to be able to adjust, but at the end of the game, the most pitches that he would have thrown will be that fastball. And usually, the fastball for a strike. So you got to be ready. I mean, you can't be guessing when a guy throws it 97 to 100 that all of a sudden you're going to be able to hit his off-speed pitch.
Swing and a miss. 97 again. 3 straight pitches at 97.
Just got to get ready a little quicker. Make sure you have a better chance to try and hit him.
Hamels shoots it toward the shortstop position. It's picked up by Johnson. And he flips it in time to get Michael Martinez. Well, that close. Just a few feet, and the Phils would have had the lead. Instead, we've played 5. Still nothing solved. Yesterday, wasn't there, Murph?
Yeah, there was a young prospect in the Phillies organization making the move to Reading. Cody Ash, of course, a third baseman in the organization. And what a early part of the season he had in Clearwater, batting .349. They really like this kid. And talking to Joe Jordan in the Phillies organization, you know, they think he's a competitive kid. He made the move to third base. They think he's going to be just fine there. But what they really like is that he struggled last year, so they sent him to the instructional league where he did some extra work. And he came back a completely different hitter. And right now, obviously, having a lot of success. They worked on his loading process, and now, as I said, batting .349, they think he's going to be a guy that's going to be able to hit for power at really every level of the organization as well. So pretty excited about Cody Ash as he makes the move to Reading.
Yeah, very confident kid is what Joe Jordan has said. He also said that Steve Henderson, who's the Phillies hitting coordinator, is the one that worked with him in instructional league. Hendu Kendu is what they used to say about Steve Henderson. He was the hitting coach for the Rays for a couple of years. And he worked on that load that Murph was talking about. And they said, to his credit, he came back and really had worked hard on it during the offseason. Carlos Peña is retired for the first out here in the 6th. Well, that's good news, just to see that kind of potential move up in the ranks. And they also think that he'll hit for more power, Cody Ash will, as he progresses.
Well, it is all in loading up, making sure that you stay on the ball. You know, that's a good jump for him, though, during the course of the season. The move from A ball to Double-A. If he can hit there in Double-A, he's definitely on his way. And being a 300 hitter will help him, because that Double-A is as tough as it gets. At least it was for me. I thought it was harder than really Triple-A ball, to be quite honest.
He's out of the University of Nebraska. And as Wheels always says, Whitey would be smiling wide if he saw Cody Ash having success. 0-1 the count, Keppinger. He is 1 for 2. And now it's no balls and 2 strikes.
Now, the other thing, though, you really want to be careful that, he does and continues to have success, because when you go to Double-A, if he just, fails and not able to hit the ball, then it just kind of destroys your confidence instead of staying really in one place, having a solid year. But, the guys that are down there that are developing them, they say he's ready, then I believe he's ready, and especially Handu. He's a good hitting coach, has been, so he knows whether or not, he can hit Double-A pitching, Triple-A, and so on.
Over to shortstop, Rollins, a few steps to his right. I think the one thing about Cody Ash that Joe Jordan also said, Sarge, is that he's so focused that's all part of giving him a chance to go to Double-A because of that focus. They know that he'll work to continue progressing.
Well, and you have to. And the one good thing, though, when you're down there in the minor leagues, especially when you're a prospect, you don't have to worry about being sat on the bench for not performing. That's what it is. It's all about. So you stay there, you play, regardless of whether or not, you're doing that job or not, because the projection is getting there to the major leagues, and you can't do it by sitting on the bench in the minor leagues.
2 outs, Hideki Matsuya, who's 1 for 2. Takes a strike, 0-1. Toyota Major League Scoreboard down at Baltimore. The Nationals have taken a 1-0 lead over the Orioles. Ryan Zimmerman has an RBI single, so we have to probably cross him off on the Mendoza line name change.
Well, we're keeping a list, okay?
Ooh, what a good curveball.
That's the curveball that he needs to be able to throw to those left-handers, not the one that he throws that from the side there that drags. That one was a sharp breaking ball that can fool the hitter, even if you throw that one in the dirt.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Change up low, 1-2. That was a cutter, and he wanted that as a strike because of the way it moved late. But Vic Carapazza felt like it was off the plate from the get-go.
Yeah, he's just about making that ball hit the plate. He's had some questionable calls on whether or not they've been maybe down or not, but for the most part, he's called them where it's over the plate.
Matsui has one of the 2 hits for the Rays. Ben Zobrist, who walked his last time up, waits on deck. Three and 2 the count. Got him. Threw him a changeup. 6th strikeout for Hamels. 1-2-3. Go the Rays. Independence Blue Cross Philly of the Week is battling back with the bat. After a slow, struggling start during April and May, Jimmy started to heat up as summer arrived. The kickstart at the top of the lineup the Phillies have enjoyed for so long returned in June, and the leadoff hitter's bat once again began to deliver with consistency. As J-Roll goes, so go the Phillies. And his turnaround is brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Now more than ever, we're here for you every step of the way. Well, the Phillies are going to need that Philly of the week to step it up right here. He's set to lead it off. It'll be the top of the order. Rollins, Victorino, and Pence as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning in a 0-0 ball game. Phillies began the day 8.5 games back in 4th place for the first time since May in the National League East. The Nationals are leading their ball game over the Orioles and Jake Arrieta 1-0. The Marlins are shutting out the Blue Jays. That game has moved to the 6th. Rollins 1 for 2, singled in the first. He had a bullet off the glove of Price.
Yeah. Starting to make better contact, seeing the ball better. Just need this though on a nightly basis, hitting the ball hard 3 or 4 times. Still has a very good fastball. That pitch at 96. He's gotten it up to, 100.
Rollins lifts it in the air. Left field. On the run, Matsui to the warning track, to the wall. Gone! Second straight day Rollins has hit a home run. This time right-handed. And the Phillies take a 1-0 lead.
Well, that's what they need, is definitely that leadoff hitter to start to get on. In this case, not only did he get on, he ended up scoring. That was a changeup he ended up hitting out of the ballpark. 86. As the ball floats in, take a look at it. Guarantee you the ball had to be inside. He knew it was gone. Whether or not it was going to stay foul, I thought it was there by plenty as he hits the ball out of the ballpark.
Jim Joyce right there made the call. Rollins 23 home runs away from 200 for his career. His homer now in back-to-back days. And Hannah Grove of Woodlawn, Pennsylvania, you've just won $100. Compliments of the McDonald's home run jackpot. So 1-0 Phillies. The 8th home run allowed by Price. Shane Victorino's 0 for 2. And he takes outside.
Oh, that's huge.
Huge. Victorino popped out to short and lined out to center his first time up, or second time up, so he's 0 for 2.
And that's the pitch there that he has improved, that he can consistently get over. He's been able to get the changeup over and then the fastball. So again, as a hitter, you want to look for your strength, being able to get it in your zone, put a good swing on it.
Outside, now 3-1. Not many 3-ball counts today for Price. As good a power pitcher as he is that the first one? Carl Graber just said that that's the first one, our statistician. I didn't think he had thrown many.
No. Predictable pitch, fastball he can look for.
Ball 4, so the first walk of the day. He's hit a batter, he's walked a batter. Jimmy Rollins' home run also means that, like every other home run that's hit by the Phillies, one tree will be planted by the Pennsylvania Horticultural Society as part of Home Runs for Trees. It's a partnership between the Phillies, PHS, and Aramark. Home Runs for Trees is part of Plant 1 Million, a project to restore the region's tree coverage. Go to Phillies.com/red goes green. Jose Molina out to have a conversation with Price.
One of 3 brothers. Is his oldest brother still in the league?
No.
He's not in the league anymore.
He's probably catching at some softball league somewhere, though.
Well, you almost considered him really the better hitter of the 3. Yadier Molina, who catches for the St. Louis Cardinals, probably without a doubt the best athlete
I think Yadier has overtaken Benji too as hitter. Like he's the most complete catcher.
Well, no doubt about the most complete catcher. It's just it was so hard to tell because his brother was just.
He was a good hitter.
Very good hitter, and he could hit. I mean, breaking balls, fastballs. He just always looked in slow motion because he didn't run very fast.
I'm surprised he didn't play last year, honestly, because he didn't play badly the year before. Victorino, we'll see if he tries to take off with Pence up. Pence is 1 for 2. Rays think there's a chance.
Well, he's been using the slide step, Price has, and he doesn't have an exceptional good move. Well, these are the type of pitchers, when you read them, the good base stealers can get out there, get a jump. I'd just like to see him get a hold of one of those 97, 98, just to kind of see how far the ball can travel.
I'm with you on it.
You put that ball on the inside part of the plate, and if he can get a hold of it, there's just no telling how far that ball would go.
Toyota Major League Scoreboard, we head to Boston, where the Red Sox are shutting out the Braves. Cody Ross is a 3-run home run. Kevin Youkilis has been part of a lot of trade rumors. He's in the game as the DH. Will Middlebrooks, who's essentially taken over as the starting third baseman, is playing third today. There are some that think that Youkilis will be gone for Boston in the next couple of days. There goes Victorino. Pitches, take it inside. The throw is wide. It's a stolen base. Molina thought that was a strikeout. That's the 16th stolen base of the year for Victorino. I think that's huge that he's at second right now with nobody out.
Yeah, huge too. Got to be able to get him over. But that pitch there was close. I don't believe that pitch was a strike. Now that catcher, he's going to get up a little bit. There's no way. That ball looked to be inside. But when the catcher stands up, umpire can't really see where that ball is. Good jump. Not a real good throw, however, too, by Molina.
Pence doubled his first time up when Rollins tried to steal, and Rollins was thrown out. Foul ball. Remains 1-2. Nice catch by a fan stumbling up the stairs in the Hall of Fame club.
These are the situations, however, in the game, and you can get over not just by hitting that ball to the right side. Victorino can get over on a deep fly ball. It doesn't have to be deep. Just got to be able to make sure he reads it.
Look out. It's tough to move away from a 97-mile-an-hour fastball coming in like that. Well, Molina's out to the mound. All the Big Bang Theory you need is on PHL 17. You can catch Sheldon, Leonard, Penny, Raj, and the gang in the award-winning comedy from back-to-back episodes, weeknights at 7 and 7:30. It's the #1 comedy in Philly, The Big Bang Theory, on PHL 17. Phil's up 1-0. Jimmy Rollins has hit a home run in 3 consecutive games. Hit one yesterday to help the Phils, and he's come back and hit one today. The 2-2 to Pence. Outside, 3-2.
This should be another predictable pitch, even though it's 3-2. Fastball he's looking for. Able to get a breaking ball over. If you're not able to foul it off, you just tip your hat to him. You got to stay with the fastball. Can't look change up and hit a fastball for 100.
Grounder up the third base line, foul again.
But you can do it the opposite way. You can look fastball. If it's a changeup, be able to foul that off because it's a slower pitch.
This is an interesting matchup, though, Sarge, because he throws the guy on the right 100, can throw 100. And if the guy on the left hits it, it can go to center city.
Oh my! I mean, it would just.
But he can also corkscrew him into the ground.
Well, we've seen that before, but.
Victorino goes. The pitch is hit foul. Boy, he had third base stolen. And Pence trying to stay alive, which he had to do.
Yeah. You know, when they're close pitches and you get a base runner that's running, and you like seeing Victorino aggressive, that's a big part of his game. You know, scoring runs. He scores 100 runs. He's just about done his job, especially with the good defense. And scoring 100 would mean that he's been on, probably hitting close to at least 275 and up.
3-2 the count again. And he's down on strikes. Second time today that Price has gotten him. He decided to go with the curveball. And one away.
Yeah, pretty hard pitch, in all fairness, to hold up on, especially when you're looking for that fastball.
That's a tough pitch.
Well, she kind of just stared back at him like, hey, what happened to the fastball that you were proud of? And he wears it on his sleeve. He gets very upset.
Well, Jim Hickey now comes out to talk. What's the discussion here, Sarge?
Well, whether or not he wants to put him on and probably pitch to tie, even though it is one out, set up for the double play. You know, and then this way, you got your hottest hitter. If he doesn't, you know, it's a free swing, and they'll probably tell him again, hey, if you fall behind, just don't give in to him if he pitches to him. Just kind of giving him a reminder of exactly how hot he is, and this is the guy that probably should be in the All-Star game for the Fighting Phillies.
It was a little disappointing the other day when Tony La Russa was discussing the catchers that would possibly represent the National League and which ones could catch R.A. Dickey. And he said if Dickey winds up starting, he said, yeah, I don't have any problem with Buster Posey or Yadier Molina catching the knuckleball. And I think a lot of folks said, well, what about Carlos Ruiz? I know he's third in the voting right now. They are going to walk Ruiz. Do you agree with this?
I think Carlos Ruiz, he's proved that he can catch anybody. I really do. I know it's a little bit different and the knuckleball, but, you know, Dickey throws his really hard, and he throws a lot of fastballs, believe it or not.
Well, do you agree with this move right here to walk Carlos?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were still talking about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that they were out there and he'd give him the option of really what he wanted to do or present it to him. Hey, let's set this up for a double play. He's the hottest hitter. And again, the one that's been driving in clutch runs. That's a respect factor.
Well, don't forget Carlos Ruiz and every other Philly when you're voting for this year's All-Star game. Go to Phillies.com. You can vote up to 25 times. Try to get Carlos up the ranks. He's currently third in the voting. But he should move up, you would think, with the Phillies having all these home games here at the ballpark. Again, go to Phillies.com and vote for your favorite Phil to go to this year's All-Star game in Kansas City. Wigginton is 0 for 2. He has struck out and flied out. The Phils have scored a run and a home run by Rollins. Wigginton sends it in the air to right center field. It's playable for Upton. At least it looks that way. On the track, it really carried. Well, Victorino will go to third. He just missed that one.
Boy, Upton just cruising to catch that ball. They teach you really to get back if you can and try and get in front. But he made an easy catch out of it, and Ty really put a good swing on it. But you can see how important it is, again, to be able to get runners over to third base when you're up as a hitter. And there's been times, not just with Hunter Pence, but a lot of the Fighting Field hitters not able to get a runner over in scoring position.
So that means it leaves it to Mayberry with first and third and 2 outs. And Mayberry lines it toward right center field. Upton on the run, and he gets there to make the catch right in the palm of the glove. Boy, he had to close quickly to track that one down, and he did. So the Phils threaten for more. They settle for the home run from Rollins. They take the lead as we go to the 7th here at Philly.
on paper, this is going to be a pitcher's duel here this afternoon. Doesn't always work out that way, but boy, this one sure has. Only 2 hits for the Rays by Jeff Keppinger, that infield hit that was originally scored an error and then changed to a hit, and then Hideki Matsui followed with a base hit to center. That's been it for them. David Price has been really good here today. Has given up just Jimmy Rollins' solo home run. Cole Hamels has breathed basically through 5 out of 6 innings. He had the 1 inning where he had a lot of foul balls in that inning, base runners, but he pitched out of it.
Yeah, now he gets set for the 7th with the lead for the first time. He'll face Zobrist, Rodriguez, and Molina. He's had to sit for a while. This is 5, 6, and 7 for Tampa. Zobrist shows bunt, takes a strike. It's 0-1.
Well, that 1 inning got his pitch count up a little bit, but that inning that the Phillies just had got Price's up because Price was breezing along.
Yeah, they're moving around in the Rays bullpen. They're kind of loosening a little bit in the Phil's bullpen. Not throwing, but walking around, stretching their legs. Oh, and 2 the count to Zobrist.
Boy, Upton was good in that inning, wasn't he?
He sure was.
Wow, that play he made on Mayberry, that looked like a double. There's Price.
Caught it right in the palm of the glove.
Yeah, and he didn't have much time. He could coast under the other one. He had the other one all the way, but that ball, he had a race for it.
Can't teach speed, Wilson.
No, or that kind of athletic ability, right? That ability to be able to do those kind of things. Look at this. He can't take his eye off that one, and there it hit the glove. They went into the heel. That was a bullet, too, to right center field.
Foul ball. And it remains 1-2. 100 pitches now for Cole with nobody out here in the 7th. Both Upton boys are very athletic. It's amazing the difference in size. BJ's more slender than Justin, but they are athletic.
It's great when they show those commercials or those things when they were little kids.
Yeah.
Playing in leagues together, and you can see how good they were then.
There's a left-hander warming up in the bullpen for the Rays. Looks like it's J.P. Howell. And boy, 2-2 the count.
It is. Yeah, there he is, J.P. Howell. One lefty out of their bullpen is going to start the second game. They added another guy, Alex Torres, for this doubleheader.
It's 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Zobrist.
Boy, he looked like he pinched an inside corner on that after all that stuff away, but must have been a little bit inside.
And he got him. Didn't matter that time. He threw him a cutter. 7th strikeout. So that is now 6 in a row retired by Cole. These lucky fans are this afternoon's Citizens 7. They will receive a prize pack courtesy of Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank with the most 7-day branches in the Philadelphia area. To find a branch near you, visit citizensbank.com. Rodriguez takes a curve for a strike. 7 strikeouts today for Hamels.
Talk about 4 pitches today, and he's commanded all of them, and his changeup has been good from the first inning.
Tried a curveball there. It's 1-1. It's 7 strikeouts today for Hamels. 554 strikeouts now for the Rays this year, which is 4th in the American League. It's a lot of strikeouts.
Yeah, a lot of strikeouts in that game yesterday.
Yeah, 14, which got us thinking about what's the most strikeouts by one staff in a game this year. It's 18. Back on the 6th of May by the Orioles, and back on the 13th of April by the Dodgers. Three and 1 the count to Rodriguez with Molina on deck.
We'll have to give in here now. And he didn't. reason I say that is you don't want to walk him, but Molina on deck is a double play waiting to happen if you can make a pitch to him. So he really didn't have to give in with fastball there, and he did.
3-2 pitch. Line drive. That'll be a base hit. Into left center field. Mayberry will get to it. And Rodriguez has just the 3rd hit of the day for the Rays. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Every new Toyota purchase comes with Toyota Care. By Bud Light Lime. Summer is calling. And by Dodge. Visit Dodge.com or your local dealer today.
Talk about Molina. He can hit, but he hits a lot of hard ground balls, and he can't run at all. So he's hit 2 hard ground balls to short today. Hit one now. Everybody goes in the Phillies head for the dugout.
Qualls and Diekman are both up in the pen for the Phillies.
Hamels is at 109, and it's probably his last inning. So you want to get him through this inning now if they go to the bullpen in the 7th.
Broke his bat. Grounded to short. Should be 2. Rollins has it. There's 1. Martinez hung in there and makes the exchange. 6-4-3. Jimmy Rollins, that ball kind of rolled up his glove a little bit, but was able to corral it. And Martinez, I think he was startled by the fact that Rodriguez was that close to him, but he stood his ground beautifully. Broken bat at all. They still had plenty of time to get Jose Molina and get Hamels through the 7th. It's time to stretch here at Philadelphia. Here's the question one more time. You've had a lot of time to think about it. You've had a lot of time to contact his family. What did the initials in B.J. Upton's name stand for?
Still stands from back when you ask it. I have no idea.
You have no idea?
None. Zero.
Like Bob, Billy Joe, or
I tried all that, and you didn't bite.
No. All right, well, I can't really give you a nickname on it, but it stands for his father's nickname. Boss Man Jr.
Oh, that's great. I love it. Boss Man Jr.
Boss Man Jr.
That's a good one.
Log back out to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. Thanks for playing Dodge Stump the Fans.
Boss Man Jr. All right.
And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning.
That's a cool nickname.
Well, but how about having it as your name?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he's probably sitting there thinking he likes BJ, but, you know, Justin got a good, solid name.
What's his real name?
Boss Man Jr.
No, it can't be.
Yes, it is.
Is it really?
Come on.
No, he's got to have.
Rich Doobie.
I'll look it up.
Cole Hamels having a conversation in between innings. David Price is still out there. Actually, it's Melvin Emanuel.
There you go. Well, no wonder he wants to be called that.
What's wrong with Mel?
It's like when Sarge was kidding the other day about no one wants to call Cito Gaston Clarence. No way. I mean, when he first came up, you know, we used to call him Clarence Cito Gaston.
Really?
And found out later on he don't like that.
Well, Melvin's done a pretty good job defensively. And speaking of that, let's take a look at our Liberty Mutual defensive plays of the game.
Here's that double play we mentioned. If you could just get Molina up there, you think he might hit a ground ball to short. Now, Martinez knows there's a runner on first, and he's going to get a good jump. There's the ball, as Tom said, hit the heel of the glove. But Martinez has plenty of time here to know that he can get away from the bag because he has a slow runner. So right there, use the foot, back off, and then the guy, if he slides right at the bag, you know, you're safe. Now, if he'd have come after him, I don't know, he'd have had a jump, and then maybe it's a different story, but probably not with Molina running.
Well, brought to you by Liberty Mutual. Responsibility. What's your policy?
The whole key to that double play as a second baseman is when you have a runner that slow hit the ball, don't panic because you got all kinds of time.
Both teams have bullpen action. Bastardo's up for the Phillies. Gomes up for the Rays. And Price's 90th pitch of the day is a strike to Hector Luna.
Phillies only have one right-handed bat on the bench, and that's Polanco.
7, 8, and 9 due up here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-1 the count.
Just can't believe Hamels going to get another inning. I don't know. We'll see. He was in the game yesterday, and Juan Pierre had that tremendous inning against him.
Hamels is at 111 pitches after the 7th inning.
Yeah, and you know, they really made Price work last inning. It's hot here today, obviously. And there's Bastardo and an adventure here yesterday. He got through it. This guy's a little bit like Hamels in that you really can't sit on anything with him because he has so many pitches that he's comfortable with and that he throws for strikes. And he'll pitch backwards at a time when you don't think he will, like he did to Pence.
Little looper to center field. Bossman is under it to make the catch.
Junior.
Bossman Jr. So Luna's retired. Here comes Michael Martinez. Placido Polanco's coming out of the on-deck circle for the Phillies.
Right. You just figured they were going to go this way. Hamels did a tremendous job with that. One inning is the difference in pitch at 7 or 8 when they had so many foul balls in that 4th inning.
It's been great all year for the Phils. Martinez 0 for 2. Pop out to short. Reached on a fielder's choice. Takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Boy, there's some grunting going on now with David Price.
I've never, you know, you say you've never seen a guy this tall throw this many pitches at the knees for strike. There's another one. I mean, he's down, down, down with a big, tall guy throwing those pitches, which is surprising. And normally you don't see this. Big guys are going to be up in the zone, especially now because they start to get a little tired.
I think that was part of his issue last year when he was under 500.
Look where these pitches are.
Yeah,
everything's down in the zone.
It's 8 strikeouts.
Where was Jimmy's homer? I didn't see it.
That was up.
Was it up a little bit?
Up, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
Look at how compact his delivery is. Just lifts the leg up, gets the weight where it should be, transfer, and fires, and pitches downhill as good as any big guy you're going to see. And look at these pitches are all down in the zone. Very impressive.
So Placido Polanco is the pinch hitter. Polanco will start game 2 at third base. At least that's the plan. 241 hitter as a pinch hitter. And he takes a strike. It's 0-1.
Very good job by Cole. But for that one inning, he probably could have gone one more here today. Had a heck of a bat his last time up, too. That guy crossfired at 98 at him.
Jay McLaughlin is letting us know that with the 7 strikeouts today, Cole Hamels has 1,197 which ties him with Jim Bunning for 6th place all time in strikeouts in Phillies history.
That's a nice name to tie.
Sure
Hall
is.
of Famer.
Here's the 1-1 pitch to Polanco. Low, 2-1. Fights it off, and it remains 2-2.
Talk about a guy maintaining his velocity. Till Polanco kind of looking at me like, man, it's the first time I've faced this guy. That's nasty. And that time he came in on him at 97. He's been right around 96, 97, 98 throughout this game. They say he averages 95.2, second in the major leagues.
That's amazing.
You know who? Steven Strasburg. You can hear him. He's sounding like Nolan Ryan out
he's
there.
grunting now.
Nolan Ryan he was great to listen to.
Imagine Nolan now with all the crowd mics around.
Yeah. Remember hearing him one time grunt and hear Mike Schmidt almost at the same time go, "Dang it," as he swung or something like that when he swung and missed. I mean, it was almost, their voices almost were at the same time.
Polanco again stays alive, rolls it foul. Mike's been around the last couple of days, or he was around the last couple of days.
Saw him yesterday. Yeah. Looks great as always. He'll be back for the Hall of Fame weekend, or the Wall of Fame weekend in August. Good job by Polanco to really extend Price here. This is probably going to be it for him, you would think.
This is an 8-pitch at bat. It'll be 9.
Yeah. Look at the foul balls. Such a big part of a game with these power pitchers. Tried a little backdoor breaking ball that time and just missed with it. Good at bat by Polanco.
You would think Polanco has seen him before.
They say this is the most consistent fastball, though, that he's ever had in his career this season, as far as velocity and location.
3-2 pitch. Fights it off again and hits a foul. He's really shortening his swing.
Well, better on him. Asked Todd Callis about Price today. Harry's son, who of course works for the Rays, and he said, Price is a real character, evidently a fun guy to be around. He said he did something with his delivery to make him a little bit quicker this year, but I'm not telling you guys. That was funny.
Ball 4. So Polanco works out a walk. Second walk issue, or excuse me, third walk issued by Price.
Look at Cole Hamill, the breakdown on him today, and there it is, what we were talking about. 24 foul balls. There's a difference between another inning at least. And he did have 15 swings and misses. Really good outing.
Lolita's out to talk to David Price. A great way to follow your favorite Phils player is to, and also donate to a great cause, is the Phillies Charities Pledge Program. Your donation will go to one of 4 Phillies Charities Incorporated beneficiaries that you choose. Here's how you do it. You select a Phillies player and pledge donation amount on their stats, such as home runs, RBIs, or wins. For more information or to participate, visit Phillies.com/pledge.
With 2 outs in the inning, you almost thought they might want to turn Jimmy around left-handed, because a ball in the hole is not a big deal for a first and third like it may be with 1 out. And he did homer off him last time. You know, he may be getting a little bit tired, but decided to still go this way.
Rollins is 2 for 3 today.
Not like you have a base stealer at first either, that you want to rather have a left-hander in the game.
Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike to count. I think this will wind up being his last hitter, because I think they will switch Victorino around to the left side.
I think so. You know, he's starting to labor, obviously. I mean, he's a big, strong, young pitcher. His uniform's soaking wet out there. He's at 111.
7th time this year he's reached 111 pitches.
No. But you can tell right now he just doesn't have the, well, how could he have the same stuff he had early in the game? It's just not possible.
Rollins chops it to third. Big hop for Rodriguez. And the inning is over. So Price is through 7. The Phillies have the lead. It's 1-0 as we go to the 8th. A new pitcher coming in for the Phils. Your Honda dealer right now for great deals. Only a Honda is a Honda. Buy Xfinity, the official HD triple play provider of your Phillies. Buy WB Mason. You can't go wrong when you buy right. And buy Nissan's National 10 event. For a limited time, get bonus cash on Altima and Rogue. Visit ChooseNissan.com or your local dealer today. 1-0 Phillies on a home run by Jimmy Rollins and some great pitching by Cole Hamels. Phillies are going to the bullpen. Rays might, but let's take a look at what these pitchers have done today, Wills.
Both of them have just been tremendous, and David Price was down with a 97, 98 fastball on the knees throughout this game. Jimmy Rollins touched him up for the home run, and that's the only run. Cole Hamels from the first inning on had a great changeup. There's one right there. Uses curveball today, cutter, excellent fastball, good command. Just got caught up with a lot of foul balls and wound up with 24 of them. And you know, that prevented him really from going deeper into the game, but he gave him a tremendous 7 innings today and really only was in one big jam, and that was in the 4th.
Well, he'll give way to Antonio Bastardo. Placido Polanco comes into the ballgame to play third. So a little extra defense for the Phils. He's in for Hector Luna. And the first batter is Elliott Johnson here in the 8th.
This is the kind of games you have to win now. When your starter does this for you, your bullpen has to be able to get 6 outs.
Charlie Manuel said he was going to check and see whether Papelbon could go at least one of the 2 games. The fact that Bastardo's in here and Qualls is warming up, I would think Papelbon's available.
Yeah, he thought he could pitch one game, and he had to also check on Bastardo too, because he threw a lot of pitches yesterday. Qualls looked like he was going to have a clean inning. Unfortunately, the catcher's interference got him, and then he had to leave the game, and that made Bastardo pitch that inning and the following inning.
2 balls, 1 strike to count to Elliott Johnson. And it's 3-1. There's Pap.
2-2 slider. Or 2-1 slider.
So a leadoff walk. And Brooks Conrad will be the pinch hitter for the Rays.
When they want him to bat right-handed. And you know, you have to think about bunt here, but the odds of it I don't think are strong, because you wouldn't bring up a power hitter, potential power hitter like him, to bunt for a tie on the road in the 8th inning normally. But with Madden, who knows?
Conrad had a big hit yesterday that tied the ball game up for the Rays, and he did that left-handed.
Right-handed he struck out. Bastardo struck him out.
0-1 the count. To the count. There's Bert Badenhop.
He's one of the few guys they bring out of their pen that doesn't have bullets. He's a sinker ball guy. He used to be with the Miami Marlins. Saw a lot of him at one time. Guarding the line at third now with Polanco, the new third baseman. Big hole over there. Trying to prevent against an extra base hit. You see how much room there is.
That's held outside. And now it's 2-2. Fly ball left field, playable for Mayberry. That one's down on the hands of Conrad, so 1 out. And to the top of the order we go for B.J. Upton. Back to first goes Elliott Johnson.
Well, Johnson's stolen 10 out of 14 bags.
Has one earlier today.
All right, so it's 11 out of 15. Forgot that one. Yeah, so you know, he's a guy you have to pay attention to over there and think about now, especially with 1 out.
They had him picked off the last time.
Right.
Ty just couldn't get the ball out of his glove, so that goes down as a stolen base. He doesn't go. Upton takes inside. One ball, no strikes. Upton is 0 for 2. Grounded out twice, walked. Phil's up 1-0 thanks to a homer by Rollins. Antonio's numbers are good. I mean, 2.63 ERA. It's just the path to get to those numbers. Oof.
It's excruciating.
He throws a lot of pitches. He didn't throw a lot of pitches last year. But for some reason, this year, his command is not the same.
Thinking that, you know, he might run there 2-0. So they want to move over.
Carlos Peña's on deck. So Bastardo's going to stay in the face him, at least it seems.
Right, and then Qualls will be ready for Keppinger.
We got the green light 3-0. I guess that's not a surprise.
And what a pitch he had to hit, Tom. Oh, fastball right down the middle. Joe Madden gave him a green light, and this is a manager saying, okay, I'll give you green light. You get a swing like that, 3-0. You pop one down the first baseline or something, nah, I'm going to take it away from you.
And ball 4. So he's walked 2 here in the 8th. Rich Duby's coming out to the mound. And Carlos Peña is the next scheduled hitter. Stardo last year was one of the best relief pitchers in the game for most of the year. In fact, the batting average against, it'll be tough to match that kind of those kind of numbers. The opposition hit under 200 against him.
Yeah, what you really have to look at with Bastardo is from September on, when he started to fade, and he isn't the same guy since. And we don't know the reasons why. He doesn't have the same fastball. He doesn't have the same location. But as you said, Tom, for the most part, he gets it done. But it's not fun to watch.
Carapazza trying to break up that conversation, and finally Rich Duby heads to the dugout.
And he does have the one more hitter here because of the left with Peña.
Kepinger's on deck. That'll be Qualls, although Diekman's now warming up in the pen too. That's for Matsui, who's up after Keppinger.
Right. They don't want to get down into all that stuff either in a one-run game.
Numbers for Peña: 2 strikeouts and a pop out. In the air to right field. Pence going back toward the warning track, toward the wall, and it carries out into the first row, a 3-run home run. And the Rays have turned it around. It's 3-1 Tampa. Tenth home run of the year. And here comes Charlie Manuel. He rolled the dice that Bastardo could give him at least an inning here this afternoon.
Especially with a left. He threw a fastball right down the middle.
And Chad Qualls is going to come in. So the Phils are down 3-1 here in the 8th inning.
Here it is. This guy pulls off, and he threw it right in that area where he can handle it, and he hits it out of the ballpark. You almost could feel some disaster coming.
Thought maybe the ballpark would hold it at the last moment, but it carried right on into the first. It looked like the first row, maybe the second row. Yeah, right on the edge of the first row. So Peña with his second hit of the series. It's a 3-run home run. Phillies are down 2. We've got a pitching change here at the ballpark. It's an AT&T call to the bullpen with a totally different game as Chad Qualls comes in. All of a sudden, the Rays are up 3-1 thanks to a 3-run home run allowed by Antonio Bastardo. Bastardo's numbers, his line is complete. Those are his numbers at the bottom for the series. 4 earned runs in an inning and 2/3. So he'll give way to Chad Qualls, who will try to get the last couple outs here in the top of the 8th. They'll still have 2 more at-bats to go. So they'll have to play from behind. It'll be Keppinger and then Matsui. Keppinger is 1 for 3. That is a strike, 0-1. Keppinger's single came back in the 4th inning. Off the foot, a foul ball. And it's 0-2. Carlos hustling out of the box, thinking that maybe that didn't hit his foot. Looking ahead to the Phillies' bottom of the 8th inning, it'll be Victorino, Pence, and Ruiz. Those are the scheduled hitters. Qualls, though, trying to get these last 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. And the 1-2 pitch. And that got a piece of Ruiz. And it remains 1-2. You know, the home run is the tough part because it culminates the outing for Bastardo, but just the 2 walks that led to that.
Yeah, and the fastball location to Peña too. You know, everybody knows that Peña is pulling off everything. You've seen him in a couple games, but you know the book on him, and I know it's hard. But the location to a guy like him has to be away, because if you're going to get beaten with a home run at this point in the game, it has to go the other way. And he gave him a middle-in fastball, and it's a short porch out there.
Off the end of the bat, a foul ball, and it remains 1-2. Well, still time, just a 2-run deficit. Keppinger's numbers in this series, he's been good. He's 6 for 8. 3 for his last 3 against right-handers, as you see there. Fights that one off, and it's a humpback liner caught by Martinez. They'll make it 2 outs. And then here comes Hideki Matsui. Matsui has a base hit in 3 at-bats. Mention that all the Japanese reporters and photographers that still follow him. It is remarkable. The guy that's hitting 169 with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs.
He's like a folk hero in Japan.
Yep.
He's a larger than life figure.
Ooh. 2-0 the count. Coming up after this ball game, Phillies will have a couple hours before the gates reopen. Actually, less than a couple hours. First pitch is scheduled for 6:35. Gates will reopen at 5:30 for the second of this day-night doubleheader. Three walks now in the inning as Matsui draws the 2-out walk. And here comes Ben Zobrist. So on a Major League scoreboard, the Marlins are taking all of their ill will out on the Blue Jays. They defeated them 9-0. Greg Dobbs, a home run, 2 RBIs. Miami, wasn't it June last year where they really struggled? But 5-16.
Phillies put one of those on them too with a big series here.
Chris Archer, by the way, will pinch run for the Rays like he did yesterday and wound up scoring a very important run. He scored the tying run in the 9th inning. So he's on for Matsui. Zobrist is the hitter, switch hitter. He'll bat left-handed. And he takes a strike. It's 0-1. See what Zobrist has done this afternoon.
Zobrist is a switch hitter with a lot more power from the left side. He has 7 of his 9 home runs left-handed.
His average, like a lot of guys' average, is down from where they would expect it to be. Archer's going. Pitch is taken low. The throw to second is safe. He went off the bag and he's out. A pitcher who decided to try to swipe the bag. He's thrown out 2-6 to retire the side. Carlos Peña, though, has turned the game around. A 3-run home run, just his 2nd hit of the series. Just got out of here. And the Rays are up 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Citizens Bank Business Person Special on Wednesday, July 25th at 1:05. Following that ball game is the Model Sporting Goods Kids Run the Bases. Get your tickets by going to Phillies.com. All right, this is what we would call wholesale changes for the Rays. Well, at least some changes. Brooks Conrad will stay in the ball game to play second base. Desmond Jennings comes in to play left field. And the new pitcher is Burke Badenhop, a guy the Phillies saw often when he was with the Marlins. He was acquired this offseason by the Tampa Bay Rays from the Florida Marlins. He's done a pretty good job. This will be his 33rd game. He has 1 win, 1 loss, a 2.87 ERA. So he's on in place of David Price, who now stands to be the winner. He went 7 innings. And the first pitch to Victorino's a strike. Victorino today is 0 for 2 with a walk. And he hits that one towards second. Conrad, although he fields a lot of ground balls with his glove between his legs, is able to make that play instead of out front. And there's 1 out. So 1 away. That'll bring Hunter Pence to the plate. He's 1 for 3. Doubled his first time up, a hustling double. that struck out his last 2 times. Jake McGee is warming in the pen for the Rays. It looks like Qualls is going to continue in the top of the 9th inning, at least for the time being. They might get somebody up. Diekman was throwing, so it may not take him long to get warm.
Now he's going to throw ground balls. That's his specialty, as we saw for a lot of games that he pitched against the Phillies with the Marlins. And he's thrown one in this inning.
That's an opposite field base hit down the right field line. Pence will get at least 2 out of it. Zobrist gets it out of the corner. And Pence will stop at second with a 1-out double.
We talk about the way they play off the line with the first baseman in the hole with a right-handed hitter. That just gave up a double. We showed this early in the game. It's a high sinker, and Peña is way off the line at first base because there's nobody on. Look, see where he is? So that's right at where a first baseman normally plays, and tough play, but it would have been should be an out.
Phillies now with a runner in scoring position. They're 0 for 6 today with runners in scoring position. Now a lot of that was against David Price, who's a very tough pitcher.
Be really surprised if they don't move Peña over now. Because
he's over
another
a little bit.
Yeah, we have to, Tom, because another ball like that, you'd put the tying run at second. But he's still not all the way.
Well, no, he's going back.
That's bizarre. And let's work. And look, he's asking right now, what do you want me to do? Because he's thinking, I got to get over further, don't I?
Joe Madden talking to Dave Martinez, his bench coach. Carlos takes outside, 1-0 the count.
And he's still way off the line compared to where most first basemen will be playing right now.
Carlos is bared down late in ball games this year. He's been bearing down all season long.
So he's still got all this room in here.
Outside, 2-0.
You got a sinker baller who's pitching him away. I don't know.
They also have Conrad covering Pence at second. So there's a lot of holes on that right side.
Yeah, and they have a 2-run lead. Be that concerned with a runner at second, even going to third. He's trying to steal third. One-run game different.
B.J. Rosenberg is throwing in the bullpen for the Phillies. He was added to their roster today for this day-night doubleheader. As you see Pence on second. Wigginton on deck.
Guy's thrown 4 homers. Oh, emergency swing and a good one.
I think that's partly because of the last pitch that was called a strike by Carapazza. And even the first one to Victorino. Or I should say Pence.
What do you mean the emergency swing?
I think he took the emergency swing because he wasn't sure if it was a ball or strike because of the way the strike zone evolved during the previous at bat.
4 homers in 31 to third innings, a lot for a sinker ball pitcher.
2-2 the count to Ruiz. Carlos hits it sharply right past the diving Johnson into left field. The whole Pence, first and third with 1 out. That ball was hit hard, and Pence is a really good runner. Juan Samuel decided not to take a chance with Wigginton coming up.
No way you try and score on that because his first job as a base runner is to stay where he is until the ball goes through. So he gets no jump at all, nor should he. So when he's coming into third right here, he has no jump. You're down by 2 runs. Stay there.
Jim Hickey will run out to the mound, the pitching coach for the Rays. They have McGee warming in the bullpen. That's just in case the Phillies at any time decide to use Thome or even Pierre, maybe Fontenot, who knows, at some point in this inning.
Right. They have 4 left-handed hitters on the bench, the other one being Brian Schneider. They've used up the one right-handed guy, and that's Polanco.
Stay tuned after the game as John Clark and Mike Missinelli break down today's matchups with all the highlights and insights of the game. Plus, Marty Bystrom is here with some clubhouse interviews. It's the Phillies postgame show live from Sugar House Casino.
Let's see what they do with Wigginton here. They know him so well. He's been swinging at the first pitch all day. He did drive a ball his last time. You would think sinker. They're going to hope for a double play on a first pitch. Big hole in the right side.
Yeah, with Conrad shaded toward the middle. And Wigginton takes a strike. It's 0-1.
Good pitch to take, Tom. You know, that's exactly what they wanted to throw there, was a sinker down and away, turn it over, double play ball. That was not a pitch in the middle of the plate. There's your defense.
Wigginton does have a hit and one at bat against Badenhop. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Papelbon hasn't started to do anything in the pen. Schwimmer now is warming. Maybe he's not available. Line drive toward right center. That's going to drop for a hit. Pencil score. Ruiz on his way to third. First and third with 1 out on the RBI single by Ty Wigginton. It's a 1-run game.
That's really good base running too by Carlos Ruiz. Great job. You know, talk about it all the time. You don't have to be fast to be a great base runner. You have to pay attention, be instinctive, know where the outfielders are. A little jammer on a sinker. This is a base hit off the bat where Ruiz can read it where he is. Look, right there. He reads it that it's going to be into that area. And even though you have a good thrower, run scores, you have the good thrower out there, he beats the play to third easily because he knew what he was doing and he prepared for it. Good job.
So Peg scores. It's a 1-run game. Now Mayberry 0 for 2. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1.
Peña wants to know what they want him to do if it's hit to him. They want me to come home.
Ground ball foul, and it's 0-2. Tomey's on deck. You figure McGee's going to come in for him.
That's why you want to get it done right now. Get this game tied up. And you do not necessarily have a strikeout guy on the mound. He's a double play guy.
But Mayberry had a good pitch on that first one. Now it's 0-2. And he lays off and he's called out. A sinker on the outside corner. And there are 2 outs.
Story of this season. Runner at third, less than 2 outs.
And here comes Tomey. They're going to walk him. They're going to walk him intentionally. First the reaction for Tomey, then the reaction for Joe Madden for walking him intentionally.
Why would he do this? Makes all the sense in the world because he wants to leave Badenhop in the game. I guess. And he knows he has a left-hander out there. If the Phillies bring anybody left-handed in to hit for Martinez, who's a switch hitter anyway.
This is the pitcher's spot.
And a strike 3 call with a man at third and less than 2 out. And that's just tough.
And ball 4. So the bases are loaded. We'll see who they put into pitch run. For Jim Tomey, who's now tied Mickey Mantle for 7th place all time for walks in his career.
Yeah, another great name out there. Now Madden's going to make the change because he really doesn't care what the Phillies do in this spot. If Martinez is up, fine. If they pinch hit, you know, I mean, he knows they have Polanco, and they have Polanco after that. So, but the whole thing is the 8-hole right now and what they do.
So Piero pinch run. We'll see if there's any pinch hitter when we get back to Citizens Bank Park. With that walk, ties Mickey Mantle on the all-time list of walks. It's incredible. It's now a one-run game, and now Jake McGee, who last night or yesterday gave up the walk-off home run to Thome. He's on to face Michael Martinez with the bases loaded and 2 outs here at the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Phils down by 1.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, Madden makes this move because he's, you know, he says, all right, Michael Martinez is up right-handed, fine, and what they have on their bench is all left-handed. So, you know, he's comfortable with bringing his left-hander in. The Phillies would like to slap another L on this guy.
Burke Badenhop a little upset with himself, I think. I don't think his glove did anything, but he's upset.
He got a strikeout when he needed. He kept it. He at least kept the lead, even though he didn't pitch that well in that inning. They had a heck of a shot to tie it with 1 out.
So Michael Martinez has a chance to tie it or give the Phils the lead. Those are his 2 options that he's been assigned, Wills.
That's all.
The corners will play in. The outfielders come in. McGee, he could throw 97. Martinez, though, could hit a fastball. The bases are loaded. And the first pitch over for a strike. It's 0-1.
Taking these first ball fastballs in these RBI spots.
Won the count. 0-2 the count. McGee yesterday when he faced Thome, he didn't throw any breaking pitches. It was all fastballs. He's thrown 2 fastballs here to Martinez. Schwimmer and Papelbon loosening in the pen. To the count. In the air to right field. It's not deep. Coming on is Zobrist. He's got the beat on it, and he puts it away. And the Phils leave him loaded here in the 8th. They do get 1 back. They make it a 1-run game. It's on to the 9th. It's the Rays 3 and the Phillies 2. Top of the 9th inning. It's a 1-run game. And now, as we've talked about before, there are times, and there have been this year, where the bullpen is assigned to keep a deficit right where it is, to give the offense one more chance. And that's exactly what Michael Schwimmer's responsibility is in his 14th game. No wins, 1 loss, a 5.14 earned run average. And he's on to face Zobrist, Rodriguez, and Molina. Those are the scheduled hitters. Zobrist is 0 for 2. He's grounded out. He's walked. He is struck out looking. Phillies will have a chance with Polanco than the top of the order in the bottom of the 9th inning. A 1-run deficit is a little easier to handle than anything else. And the first pitch is strike.
We're going to see some act in that 9th inning too with this Fernando Rodney. He has got great fastball and a Bugs Bunny changeup.
On the inside corner, good slider.
So that's why, as Tom says, it's really important to keep this game to 1.
Not a bad idea to throw one out of the strike zone ahead 0-2. Zobrist let it go by. 1-2 the count. The defense for the Phils, Polanco at third, Rollins at short, Martinez at second, and Wigginton at first. And the 1-2 pitch. Up the first base line. That's a fair ball, and it remains fair for Wigginton. You know, every time the Phillies pitchers retire the opposition 1-2-3, which Cole Hamels did beautifully 4 times this afternoon. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports, giving you all your favorite sports all year long. Sean Rodriguez, 1 for 3. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Two. One and two the count now to Rodriguez, who will be followed by Molina. It's not a bad pitch. He just got a piece of it. Over to second base. Should be an easy play for Martinez, and it is. Well, good job by Schwimmer. He's come out to throw strikes. He's right around the strike zone with these first 2 batters. Molina's 0 for 3. Could have hurt himself on that swing.
Yeah. Yeah, he did a little bit too.
Carlos has given him a little extra time.
He does swing. His other brother Benji, he was about as wild a swinger as you ever could see. You know, he just didn't take pitches. Javier, this guy
is more complete.
Well, he is now. You know, when he first started, he couldn't swing the bat at all. Now he's a heck of a hitter. And this guy's like the in-between guy.
0-2 the count to Molina. Little floater out to right. Pence is there. Good job by Schwimmer. 12 pitches, a 1-2-3 9th inning. That sets up the bottom of the 9th inning. The Phils down by 1 will face the Rays closer, Fernando Rodney. He may not square up that hat when he comes in. It's a 3-2 ball game.
Oh.
Bottom of the 9th inning, Tampa's on top 3-2. They got a 3-run home run by Carlos Peña. Now they'll turn it over to their closer, Fernando Rodney, who was very good for the Detroit Tigers for a number of years. Went on to the LA Angels the last couple seasons. Now in his 35th game, I mean, he's been lights out. This guy, he's going to be an all-star if things continue the way they are.
And he's got some act, too. Look at the opposition's batting against him. Look at his strikeouts and walks.
Look at his hat.
Well, that's what I said. You're going to see some act coming in here. He's the whole package of a goofball. He's a perfect late inning relief pitcher. And he has electric stuff, too. Strange delivery. Good job by Michael Schwimmer, as Tom said. Good delivery. Crazy delivery, but a Bugs Bunny changeup off a 95 fastball or more, which makes it very difficult for hitters. When you say a Bugs Bunny changeup, it's like it's hopping up there, like a bunny. That's the players call it that. Sometimes they say these guys throw changeup, they look like they stop halfway to the.
Yeah, it's like the old Bugs Bunny, that old show where he was the baseball player where he played every position and he would throw the ball and the guy would take 3 swings before the ball would get to it.
It hops. Look at him. I mean, this is a showman, folks.
Well, now it'll be Polanco, Rollins, and Victorino. Don't forget the Phillies do not have Jim Thome available. He was used as a pinch hitter in the 8th inning and was intentionally walked to load up the bases. And then Michael Martinez popped out to finish off the inning. Polanco walked his only time up. His former teammate delivers up and in, 1-0.
Yeah, as you said, they're former teammates. They really know each other well. That other guy Detroit had could throw 100-mile-an-hour, hurt his arm.
Zumaya.
Right, and they were there at the same time.
Yeah, the Rays took a chance on Zumaya too, but it didn't work out. That was last year.
Yeah.
1 ball and 1 strike to count. So Charlie, he knows the numbers. The Phillies, although they have 3 walk-off wins, they have not won a game when they've trailed after 8.
They're playing Polanco up even with the bag, and he doesn't bunt off him. But what that does is leave a lot of room to hit a ball through. They're guarding the line and playing him up. See right there, so you have all this to hit a ball through until there's 2 strikes and he'll back up.
Well, the Orioles have taken the lead over the Nationals 2-1 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Matt Wieters, a 2-run home run. So if Phils could pull this out, they could pull to within 7.5. That's if the Nationals wind up losing that ball game. Now it's 2-2 to Polanco.
Interesting how deep they are in left and center, yet they're playing him really shallow on his offside in right field. You know, they do a lot of unconventional stuff. See, these guys are really deep. Now this guy is in that area, and they figure, well, Polanco is much more likely to bloop a ball for a hit to right field and hit it over the right fielder's head. So they're going pull side, center field deep, and shorter on the right side. Interesting.
2-2, Nub toward third, charging Rodriguez, scoops and throws, and Peña hangs out of the bag. 5-3 on the putout, 1 away. That'll bring Rollins to the plate. Rollins, 2 hits today.
Well, he had moved back with 2 strikes, but you know, Polanco just doesn't run all that well, so it's not a real tough play. Gets him easily.
Again, the third baseman Rodriguez plays in on the grass. We quick pitched him. He's going to get a base hit out of it.
Well, see, the difference was we didn't have a chance to show it, but the right fielder now on the pull side is real deep. because they're playing no doubles out there on the pull side. And they were a little shallower in left on his offside. You see, on the pull side now, very deep in right field.
Rollins has already been caught stealing once today. The Phillies have stolen a bag on Molina.
No one has attempted to run on Rodney this year.
He hasn't had a lot of base runners.
That's a good point.
Rollins leads off first. Victorino hitless today in 3 at-bats. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1.
Now, Jimmy Rollins, as a base runner, knows that those outfielders are really deep. So, you know, a ball hit to the outfield, he really has a great chance to first to third.
Got a pretty good lead, too, off first. Outside, 1-1. Pretty quick turnaround. The gates are supposed to open at 5:30 for game 2. There's Thome, used in the 8th inning and was intentionally walked. I think this would be the only spot. No, not really. I don't know if Charlie would have even used him with one of these guys up here, with it being Polanco, Rollins, Victorino, Pence.
Right.
Which is part of the reason why he used him in the last inning. 1-2 the count to Victorino. Got him. Threw him a changeup. 2 outs.
There's that changeup we were talking about. It's really a good one, especially off that kind of fastball. Watch this thing dive. Oof.
Hunter Pence doubled his last time up. He doubled back in the first. He scored the second run of the game. That was in the 8th.
They're not going to change anything. They're going to keep everybody way back in the outfield and hold Rollins on at first.
Rollins dancing off first. And Pence whacks the first pitch foul at the plate. Rollins goes. Pitch is low. The throw to second, not in time. So now he's in scoring position. Peña had just asked if they wanted him to hold him on or not. And they did, because they wanted to make sure, if they could, to keep the tying run out of scoring position.
Right. They also want to hold him on there if there's a double, so they couldn't have scored from first on a double as easily. Now they have to bring the outfielders into a normal depth. See, Jimmy got a good jump. Molina, with that quick release, made a play out of it. Johnson has to take the throw in front of the bag, make sure it didn't go through. And now a very different outfield defense.
Phil's got 2 hits with runners in scoring position in the last inning. And they're looking for one big one right here. The count, 1 ball and 1 strike to Hunter Pence. Trying to pull even here at the bottom of the 9th inning, or win the game.
Boy, that's like a seed squirting out of a grape. That's out front a little. Down to 1 knee.
Might get it again with the count 1-2. He did. And that's the ball game. Back-to-back strikeouts for Rodney. And he saves it for the Rays as the Rays win it by a final score of 3-2. The Phils leave the tying run in scoring position here in the bottom of the 9th inning. So they had a chance, but they were unable to push that run across the plate. Carlos Peña's 3-run home run proves to be the difference as Tampa wins it by a final of 3-2, and Peña is our Chevrolet player of the game. Well, it's a shame Cole Hamels pitched so well, deserved to pick up the win, but he gets a no decision. The win goes to David Price. He's now a 10-game winner, and Fernando Rodney, he picks up the save. Our W. Mason delivery of the game, well, this one's pretty easy. It's Carlos Peña's home run.
Yeah, after a couple of walks, a first ball fastball, you see where Carlos Ruiz wanted it. He wanted it away. You saw where it was. It was middle in, and it wound up in the first row, and that was the game.
So the 3-run home run, the difference this afternoon for the Tampa Bay Rays. We had a great pitching performance by both starting pitchers. The Rays win it by a final of 3-2. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap it up from Philadelphia.